What up, what up, what up, what up? It's the Gangster Lifestyle. Once again, we live. Salute to the 4 people in the building. What's the deal? Salute to my cousin. What's good, cousin? We here. We live. What's the deal? I'm glad you popped up, cousin. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you popped up because we could do some Brazil talk tonight too since you in the building. Word. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for my partner, Mr. D. He gonna pull up any minute now. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, we back to the season. We back to the motorcycle season. As you can see, I represent Indian motorcycles. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We back on the set. Salute to the 6 people in the building. Hit the like button. We here. It's the Gangster Lifestyle. Springtime is in effect. You know what I'm saying? Sent to the day. Sent to the day. Mason Francis Kirkjohn. Aqua Vitae. I ain't gonna talk about it. Do your research. Go get it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put a whole lot into that. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna set it off for the spring. The lady's gonna love it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Salute Ellis Durrell, Jarian Leonardo, V Swells. What's good? My cousin, Gansman. My guest. We gonna call him Triple B. You know what I'm saying? Who else is in the building? Money Travels, what's good? Delta One, what's good? I should have had my glasses on. I got new glasses. Actually, not new glasses, but I got some little bit more medicine put in them. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we're gonna address a couple things in the travel space. I'm waiting for Mr. D to pull up. Tariq, what's good? Mr. D, when you here, let me know so I could drop this link and bring you up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to address some goofy things that's going on in this travel space. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pull myself away from it. I'm glad motorcycle season is back. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into the bikes. There was a motorcycle event going on tonight, but since my bike is in the shop, I wasn't pulling up to that event without my motorcycle. So we here. You know what I'm saying? For the past 2 weeks in this travel space, they've been talking about this top 10 list. Man, knock it off. I think it's self-glazing, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Some other things is going on. You know what I'm saying? Mr. D, you in the building? Let me drop the link for you. Now, this link is for Mr. D. This link is for Mr. D and my guest, Triple B. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can hit that link. Mr. D, I'm putting you on the spot. But first off, before we even start, I'm sipping on Don Julio. You know what I'm saying? If you got your bottles, pour up a cup. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give a toast to my man Breeze. Breeze was down with the Gangster Lifestyle team. You know what I'm saying? Travel with us. Breeze was an official world traveler. He wasn't a passport bro. Breeze was going to places y'all cats wish you could go. You know what I'm saying? Breeze was in Dubai. Breeze was in Germany. You know what I'm saying? Breeze was in Costa Rica. You know what I'm saying? Breeze was a real traveler. We talking dudes before this passport bro nonsense even started. You know what I'm saying? Breeze was really about that travel life. So you know what I'm saying? Mr. D, what you sipping on?
I ain't sipping on nothing.
You ain't sipping on nothing, man. You better go get something. Go get
I
something.
don't need nothing.
We gonna toast up the breeze real quick. You know what I'm saying?
I got some sparkling
Okay,
water, so I could toast that up.
okay. But this to my man Breeze. He was a real one. Today's 5 years that he passed away. You know what I'm saying? Salute the Breeze.
Salute, salute.
And salute to me today, actually tomorrow, May 1st, makes 1 year that I've been retired. But today, April 30th, was my last day of work. So we saluting to that. You know what I'm saying? We toasting up to that. 1 year retired. You know what I'm
And
saying?
2 days ago, that made 2 years retirement for me.
All right. So everybody, if you got something, yo, we drinking up. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, Mr. D, I'm gonna put you on the spot, bro. Your boys, Men Tuition.
Hmm.
Let's talk about them. They did a 2-hour live on
Hmm.
NYC The Future.
Hmm.
Y'all know I speak what I speak. I don't bite my tongue. To me, it sounded like a whole lot of hate coming from over there. What you got to say about it? Two
Well,
hours they spent on 2-hour live, all about NYC The Future, about his content. He didn't do this, he didn't do that. Listen, as long as that man enjoyed himself, who cares? Go ahead with it.
mm, well, I'm gonna say this because this is what happens in this. It doesn't just happen in the travel space, but it also happens in other genres of you know YouTube and stuff like that. Um, I was on the stream at the very beginning of the stream, and you know I dipped in and out a couple of times before I actually was done with YouTube for the night, and I know that they had a poll up of who you think had the better Medellin trip between NYC, the Future, and Rello. The poll, if I'm not mistaken, Rello was leading the poll. So, but as far as hate, I mean, if opinions is hate, then that means everybody in the travel space is hating on each other. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, you said it was 2 hours about NYC. I don't know because I didn't watch the rest of the broadcast. But what I will say, as far like I said, as far as this travel space is, I told you this before. Sitting on a panel talking about other dudes or whatever, I ain't really all into that. You know what I'm saying? If we're having a discussion like we did the other day on NYC's panel of a variety of subjects, especially, being in Sasua, Medellin, that's one thing. But to talk about one individual or, comparing individuals, you know, that's what's wrong with the space. The space is a bunch of people, with this crab in the barrel mentality. That's what I said about that whole thing with the top 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's everybody's opinion. I made a top 10 list. You know what I'm saying? My list is not the same as everybody's, but it's all opinionated. You know what I'm saying? So if opinions is counted as hate, you know what I'm saying, then it doesn't make no sense to have an opinion on anything. You know what I mean? As far as mentuition is concerned, they have an opinion just like you do. You know what I'm saying? Or just like NYC, the future does. But what happens is people in the chat, trolls, and just people in general have this tendency to play instigator. Oh well, Intuition was talking about you on their live, and they hating on you. And a lot of these content creators or quote unquote content creators will buy into it because they believe their subscribers, their chat, their supporters. You know what I'm saying? The same thing happens to Mentuition on other panels. They'll sit there in one breath, yo, we F with y'all, and then in the next breath, they talking bad about them. You know what I'm saying? Me, as you know, like I said, I don't have no problem with nobody. Yeah, I might voice my opinion, make statements about something, but I've always said this, and you've heard me say this over 1,000 times. I definitely want to see black people win. And all these creators that we're talking about, whether they goofy or not, they still, one notable thing is they all black. You know what I'm saying? So to see black men and women win is the end game for me. But all this, who's number one, who's this, that, and the third, instead of trying to figure out who's number one, why don't everybody collab and let the whole space become number one? You know what I'm saying? That would be something to talk about. You know, it's always you see all these other groups of people collabing, doing something big, getting bigger. Nobody got a top 10 list. If they collabing with one another, they doing a collab, everybody gets money out of that whole collab. But when it comes to black people, what ends up happening? Oh, we got to battle one another. Just like you with the motorcycle game. You would prefer the Indian bike over the Harley Davidson. A lot of Harley Davidson people will tell you, you crazy. Harley Davidson has a long reputation. I don't know the reputation of Indian. I only know it because you told me about it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, a person that rides Harley will speak against Indian. You, as an Indian rider, will speak against Harley. It's both your opinions. So does that equate to y'all hating on each other? I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
It's just like iPhone against Samsung. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's to each his own, but I just so happen to have both. But that's only because I'm on the Apple laptop. Otherwise, I would have never bought an iPhone. Salute to Conceited. Yes, we are monetized. Know what I'm saying? Salute to the 24 people in the building. Hit the like button, please. But salute, Conceited. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Check in, Gans. Don't get used to this. Okay, I won't. I ain't begging for it. That's for damn sure. Stay on the motorcycles and the colognes, Gans. The people want to hear you talk more about those. Give the people what they want. Yes, we definitely giving the people the motorcycle shit. Starting next week. Know what I'm saying?
But see, I agree with them. That's what I was saying. Because even me and you talked about it. Like this, there's nothing to talk about in this travel space. Unless you're
Yeah,
doing something new, some new travel or what have you, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, the same, regressing back to the same place, talk about the same thing, that's tiring. You know what I'm saying? And I want to get away from that. Like I told you, it's motorcycle season. This is your Achilles heel. This is your niche.
this
This
how
is
the channel
where,
started.
yes, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna just say this. Like I said, I can agree to disagree with Big Gans. That doesn't make me and him enemies or anything like that. He already knows my stance on it, and I'm gonna say this, and everybody will hear it. I fucks with intuition. I fucks with them. Hard body. Pause. No Diddy and whatever other statement I gotta make to confirm that there's no funny business. But anyway, I rock with intuition. I've been rocking with them for about 2 years. Me and Gans go all the way back damn near 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So I rock with both of them. So my views and opinions, even if it doesn't line up with the way Gans feels about the situation, that's his opinion. My opinion is my opinion. If y'all want to call it hate, I don't hate NYC. I don't hate Mentuition. I rock with everybody. Mentuition, salute. Keep doing what y'all doing. NYC, keep doing what you're doing, and that's that.
Word. That's what it is. Salute Money Travels for the $5 super chat. You know what I'm saying? And bring it to the stage. My man Triple B, his first time on YouTube. B, what up? The people gonna want to see your face, bro.
Oh, they want to see my face.
There you go.
What's going on YouTube? What's going on, Mr. Gans and Mr. D?
What's
How you
going
doing?
Salute.
Now?
Salute.
Let me tell everybody about this man. Me and this man go back. I ain't gonna say all the way back to the sandbox, but back to the basketball court. Elementary school, St. Sylvester's. Know what I'm saying? That's how we met playing ball. And then, high school together and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And this man right here, before anybody in this travel space was talking about a Dominican Republic, he was telling me about it back in 1998. Know what I'm saying? And he wasn't going to no Sasua neither.
Mute your YouTube.
What'd you say,
Triple.
Mr. G?
I was saying triple. Mute your YouTube. Keep the StreamYard up, but mute the YouTube because
Use
it's
the
giving
YouTube.
back feedback.
Okay, so use the YouTube. All right, let me switch over.
No. Stay
in StreamYard.
in StreamYard. Close out the YouTube.
Oh, okay, got you. All right, it's closed. Is that better?
Yeah. He still got a little feedback, but we can hear you. It's all right.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so I started going back. I started going to DR. I was introduced to DR by two of my friends from college, and they told me to just take a plane trip. Um, I was in my friend's wedding, and then he got divorced. So he says, "Hey, we're gonna take a trip to DR." I didn't know nothing about Dominican Republic, so he had me just get a flight, and that's when we were booking flights using Orbitz. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
booked the flight Orbit to SDQ, which is SDQ is the main airport in Santo Domingo. So I booked the flight to SDQ, and I ended up in Santo Domingo.
His internet kind of messing up. Yeah. B, your internet messing up. B, your internet messing up. You can hear me? Your internet is messing up. You might need to switch to your phone internet. Is he still there?
He's frozen.
Yeah, he froze. Shit, he might be in DR right now. He got a crib out there.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying? Let me hit him. Let me hit him. Let me hit his jack. Let him know his internet froze.
Let me read the chat.
Yeah, go ahead. Guapo, what up?
Yo, shaking good fella.
Yeah.
Hey, Guapo, the good fella.
Mr. D was shaking good fella. Salute to the chat, man. RP to the good fella, you heard? Back though.
There you go. You
Okay,
good?
I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm in Harlem, so I'm in Harlem in my place, and it's concrete walls. So Is this better?
Yeah. Yeah, we got you.
Okay. So
So
I took this trip. Is it? You hearing me?
we can hear you, but it's kind of shaky.
You hearing me?
Yeah, you might have to move closer to the window or something.
Been close. My connection.
Yo, Triple B, your John tweaking, good fella.
Yeah. My that. My router is in the other room.
Oh man.
Is this better or no?
Yeah, that's
Now you know what you gotta do, Triple B. And nice to meet you, man. I'm Guapo. Nice to meet you. You gotta turn your Wi-Fi off, and it'll work.
yeah.
And
Turn the Wi-Fi.
but you see, I use my phone Wi-Fi because the connection within my building is because of the concrete. It's a problem. So I try to turn off the Wi-Fi, and then I just lose.
So yeah, you
Um,
just gotta try and get closer to the Is he still frozen?
no, son.
Closer to the Wi-Fi box.
Yeah.
Seem like you good now. Because everybody want to hear
I'm trying to figure out a way. Sorry about technical issue. Let me see what I can do.
Strictly salute. What up?
Nothing much, buddy. What about you?
I'm chilling. You know, we here.
Strictly travel. What's good?
Nothing much, nothing much. Chilling in the R.
Mhm.
Can you really find a wife in the DR? That is interesting.
Yeah, that's what it is. If he get his Wi-Fi together. If he get his Wi-Fi together, then we can get it going.
Where is he? In the DR?
No, he's in New York.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he in Harlem. See, the problem is he in the building, like you said, with concrete. Concrete Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi is jacked up.
Oh yeah.
Cause like it's almost like you in a cave.
Yep, it's like same thing in the DR. I mean, when it's all concrete, you have to do those. I gotta have those. I have like those repeaters all over the places, so I can get Wi-Fi anywhere. Otherwise, doesn't work. Yep, that is correct.
Yeah. So what they saying in the chat? Let's see.
Yo, Gans, how many times you found a wife in DR, good fella? That lean back was crazy.
Nah,
Tell him, Gans. Tell him. Yeah, I did for
not
2
one.
days.
Not
For
one.
2 days.
Not one.
For 2
Yeah.
days, it's over.
Word. She might have been a wife for 3 or 4 days at max.
Yeah. Yeah, 30 minutes type of shit.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Salute player with a passport. Where you been at, brother? Know what I'm saying? Salute. Word. Yeah, but it was something else I wanted to address too, and I just had it on my mind. Yeah, but strictly, what's going on out there with you? I'm gonna drop this link. Anybody else want to come up?
Just chilling, just relaxing, just fixing up with my girl. You know, I told you the story, so it's just good now. I do lots of negotiation, but she's back on track.
Uh-huh.
My girlfriend, yeah, you know, I told you the story, so yeah, she's good now.
Okay. Yeah.
And I agree with Triple H. You know, I was married for 20 years. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's really possible to find love in the DR. You just have to know, where to look at. You know, that's the key.
Well, one place you damn sure can't find it at is in Sasua.
Yeah, that impossible.
And I dropped the video on that, and it looked like certain people didn't pay attention to the video because I told them, you ain't gonna find no wife here, so don't even try.
But
salute the NYC the future. He think he's still gonna be able to find a wife. You know what I'm saying? Okay, B is back. Let's see how your internet is now.
I moved closer to the router, to another room within the house.
Okay.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Much better.
Much better. But let me tell everybody something real quick before you really get into it. We was going, what was we doing? We was doing Cancun, we was doing Freaknik, we was doing Essence Fest, and you was big on Essence Fest. You was big on that. And then you took the trip to DR and you came back to us and you said, yo, I'm never going to another event in the United States ever again. But go ahead.
But there was other events like the Cancun Fiesta.
That was my first trip out of the country when we went to Cancun in 2001.
Right. And
yeah.
Introduced to Mexico. But like I said, I met two of my friends that are very close friends of mine that introduced me to DR. And I met them through college. I went to an all-black college in North Carolina called Shaw University. And from there, I met people from NC State and other universities. But I met my two friends who introduced me to DR. And I started going in 1999.
Wow.
And so I ended up in Santo Domingo. I stayed at the Barcelona Santo Domingo. That was the first hotel I stayed at, and that's right in the capital of Santo Domingo.
Barcelona Hotel, yeah.
Yes, that's the first hotel I ended up at. I knew a little Spanish from college. I studied Spanish. I went to Brooklyn College. So after I finished going to school in North Carolina, I transferred over back to New York, and I went to Brooklyn College. In Brooklyn College, I studied a little bit of Spanish, but I wasn't speaking, fluent Spanish. And so I knew a little of the language. But we had a driver that I connected GANs with when he took a trip to Santo Domingo. And his name was Fabio. And Fabio knew English, perfect English. And he's from the area. He was our taxi driver. And that's how I got introduced into DR and everything, and back in 1999. So fast forward from 99, I ended up going to DR that one time, and then the next time I went by myself because I was comfortable. I went by myself, but I always connected with the driver, Fabio, because I wasn't that comfortable with the country. And I always stayed in the capital, in an area called Gasquet.
Yep, Gasquet, okay.
So Gasquet is right there in the capital. In the capital, you have everything. So from the capital, of going back and forth to DR. It's just like maybe a half hour from the airport. So Fabio pretty much taught me everything about DR. So like Gant said, going to Freaknik, going to all these events, you see tons of women from everywhere. DR has tons of women. All these events have tons of women. But at some point in every guy's life, you have to settle down and not be the person that you once were when you were younger. At one point, you're going to find somebody. But in DR, there's so many beautiful women, it's hard to pick just one. But I was lucky enough to find one.
Wow.
And it's from going on a trip by myself that I was able to find that one.
So, how many trips you took until you met her?
I met my wife back in 1999 when I first went. But what happened was, when going to DR, it was hard to keep the communication. And a lot of people don't know, back in 2014 is when they invented WhatsApp. And it wasn't till people started using WhatsApp that they could actually connect with the people in DR. I know a lot of people were using like Boss Revolution to contact the international numbers, but it was through WhatsApp that I really connected with my wife, who is now. So thank goodness to WhatsApp, because WhatsApp, you can use the video, you could translate things, and also the translation thing too as well. But I studied Spanish in college, but I wasn't proficient with it.
Okay. So before we get into what the people want to hear, what's some of the spots you was hitting in Santo Domingo? What's the hot spots for guys who want to meet women that might potentially become a wife? What's some of the hot spots in Santo Domingo?
Well, some of the hot spots in Santo Domingo, too, I travel differently. Hot spots is any supermarket you go to. You could go to a supermarket and see tons of women. You could go to the mall. They had a mall called the Mega Centro. You could go to the mall and meet women. They had an area also called Duarte. And Duarte is like a shopping area. Kind of remind me of like downtown Brooklyn, Fulton Street. So they had a mall, an area called Duarte, but it's a shopping area. A lot of women over there, always in the shopping area. You're gonna see women. Supermarket, mall, and then there were a lot of restaurants you could go to, where you could go. And then more importantly, there was a thing called, I don't know, they have them. It's called car wash.
Right.
You go to the car wash. There they have billiards. You can play pool. They wash your car, and it's a lot of women. So
the car wash is basically a club. I never went to the one in Santo Domingo, but I went to the one in Santiago. That place is off the chain. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you gonna see? What you gonna see in there right now? Sasua, they can't even hang with it. So let's say this. When I started going, I was introduced to Sasua, and you know what I'm saying, you was already 10 years in the DR by the time I got there, right? So tell the people what you told me about Sasua compared to Santo Domingo.
Yeah, Sasua is like a little small area within DR. It's like maybe what is it like? Seems like maybe 4 or 5 block area. But Santo Domingo, if I'm comparing it to like maybe the 5 boroughs, Santo Domingo is like Manhattan. Sosua would be more like Bay Street and Staten Island.
Right.
So always gonna have more women, like say in Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, but
The internet going funny again.
Oh man.
Let's see if his internet come back.
You can
Basically-
continue.
Basically, what he told me, if you're a tourist visiting New York City for your first time, where do you want to go, Manhattan or Staten Island? So if I'm a tourist, I want to go to Manhattan. I want to see everything New York City has to offer. You know what I'm saying? Manhattan, Brooklyn. Yeah, tourists come, they take a ride on the Staten Island ferry, but the ferry comes to Staten Island. They walk around that little ferry area. They got a little mall right there, and then they get back on the boat and go to Manhattan because that's where all the action is at. Nobody really comes into Staten Island like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Mhm.
okay, I'm back. I don't know.
Yeah. One of them froze and the other one.
This is Harlem. So, um,
That one froze up too. OG Mike D, thanks for the $2 super chat.
So OG might be.
Salute.
Yeah, that Harlem internet. There you go.
giving an example from Sosua to Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo is most of the women that worked in Sosua came from Santo Domingo. And they traveled, 2 hours, 2.5 hours to Sosua. I've been to Sosua one time and I vowed to never go back. So my driver took me there one time. He took me there one time because 2 guys were traveling to DR and they wanted to go to Sosua. And so I was sharing the driver with these other 2 guys. So they said, why don't you take a trip? I already had my hotel in Santo Domingo. They said, why don't you take a trip to Sosua? We're going to stay out there for 2 days. And then you come back to Santo Domingo. So that's how I ended up visiting Sosua. And I wasn't impressed.
What wasn't you impressed about? Was it the town itself? Was it the women? What was it?
There's too many New Yorkers. Because you go away on vacation, you don't want to see too many New Yorkers in the space that you're in. Because you can't stand out, And Santo Domingo is so big, I'm never going to run into anybody from New York. I might run into somebody from New York in the mall, but I'm never going to run into anybody from New York like in my regular travels.
Mm-hmm.
And my driver, Fabio, is special because he took us to local events that Americans can't get to.
Right.
So I was going to local events that Americans don't travel into. And once you got that blue passport, you're golden everywhere. I mean, I was traveling around with the driver and I would see a lot of drug dealers that were deported back to DR, and they were driving in nice vehicles, but the women didn't want those type of guys. They wanted the guys with the blue passport. So when going to all these car washes, I was seeing Bentleys, every type of exotic car in these car washes. And we pulling up in a taxi. And it's just this the way it was. They didn't want those drug dealers, even though they had all the money, they wanted the guys with the blue passport.
Mm.
Yo, I got a question, good fella.
Hmm.
All right, look, it's a two-part question, good fella. Look, son. So when you said there's too many New Yorkers, was that like a intimidation or self-esteem thing? And then part two is, even though they don't want to be with the, the hood stars and the narcos of the country, do you think they don't want to be with them because they lacking money, or they want to be with you because you got the book?
Everybody, the dream is every over there. The dream is to come to America because America or any other country is going to do better than what DR is doing for the people there. So to come to America, they have the opportunity to raise their family, to get a job. Over there in DR, they're not making any money. A weekly salary over there is maybe, 40 something dollars. Here in America, you could do a whole lot better. And so a lot of people left DR by somehow. Some of them have family. I live in Harlem, not too far from Washington Heights. So what really connected me more to DR was working in Washington Heights and seeing a lot of Dominicans in the area. And so that's what really connected me with DR and the whole area and learning about the culture. Because when I first started going over there, I wasn't eating any of Dominican food. It was Pizza Hut, McDonald's, and Burger King. Wasn't eating any of the Dominican food. And so when I started going by myself and connecting with the driver is when he started to teach me about the culture and the people. And I started to look at the people differently. I started not to look at the women as pieces of meat and just look at them differently and learn the culture. And so
Copy.
that's how I ended up getting married because I found one woman that was about the culture. She was about the, and she knew nothing about New York. She knew nothing about America.
Copy. She in the crib right now?
She's in the crib right now.
Copy.
That's
That's a
good
good
though.
book.
That's good. So, and how long have you been married?
I've been married for 9 years.
9 years. I was married for 20 years with the Dominican. Well, I just got divorced about what January. It's been what 3 months now.
Okay.
And my girlfriend is also from Santo Domingo, so that's, so definitely it's possible. Good story though. That's good though.
No, but how I met my wife is I took a trip to DR and instead I said, let me see the beach, So he took me to an area called Boca Chica.
Boca Chica, yeah.
So Boca Chica is maybe about 5-10 minutes from the airport, Las Americas. And I started going there to Boca Chica. And when we were by the beach area, I saw my wife walking. I guess she was coming from school because she was going to school to learn English. So I met her while she was walking in the street with my driver. And then I practiced some of my Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo está? Princesa, me llamo Brian. I practiced some of my Spanish, and from there, that's how I ended up meeting my wife. I didn't know she was gonna be my wife, but we ended up staying in contact, and then the rest is history.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what's up, good fella. Yo, my shit tweaking or that's it, John?
You might have to close out that YouTube window. I think that's you. Don't close it. Don't close the stream, y'all. Close the YouTube window.
I'm on the phone. I don't got a YouTube window.
No, I'm talking about Triple B.
I don't have the YouTube window up.
Then that's you, V12.
All right,
Yep.
I'm gonna spin and come back.
Well, Freddie Mac, how did I get divorced? Well, long story short, I mean, I got married in 2004. Initially, I met my wife in August. Then we were married in October. I didn't speak a lick of Spanish, nor did she speak English. So therefore, we're more busy. Instead of knowing each other, we're busy understanding each other. By the time we got to know each other, she was pregnant with our first child. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? She's a good woman, She has just graduated from a master in psychology, and I tried to make things work. But I wasn't ready really. So our first 5 years were really tumultuous. I mean, it was, I felt like I was a kid in a candy store, so I was just messing around, So that kind of took a toll on her. Then decided to settle down when we moved to Chile. Then I moved to Chile from DR. There I was quite for 5 years, not doing anything. Then I started to travel again. I traveled to Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai. That when things just hit the fan because I had a friend that was supposed to be a friend. I was talking to him, and he was asking how the girls there. I was sending pictures, and what the guy was doing, he was sharing those things with my wife, And then 2016, when I came back, the relationship wasn't really good, so we tried to make it work. And as I was traveling a lot, it was easy to kind of, we were not in the same space for a long time. That's why, but really, I'm sure I got divorced in 2016. Then 18, we got back together, kind of worked things out. Then 2020 came the pandemic. Then I was stuck in Dubai. Then, had an accident and had a child. Then that just killed the whole thing,
Accident.
So strictly, let me ask you. And
sure.
Brian, when I went to Santo Domingo on this last trip in February, I met Strictly. Me and him hooked up and we hung out. Know what I'm saying? Nice cool brother. He lives in Narco.
Yeah.
So
Narco is an expensive area in DR.
So Strictly, let me ask you. Damn, what was the question I was gonna ask? I forgot.
About Narco?
No. It wasn't about Narco. It was about Oh, this will remind me. Freddie Mac says, honestly, I think locals want to be with locals.
You know what? I have an answer to that question. Not necessarily, because it's the other way around. If you live in the DR, they'd rather be with the foreigners. But if you're just passing through, they have that feeling of uncertainty. Therefore, they'd rather be with the local. But in my case, like I got it was in January. My actual girlfriend since Gaines, you met her, the one that took us to that took you to So we're dating ever since, So she's comfortable, but her ex was a local guy. Like I live here, and then she said I'm a family man. I'm settled. She has no issue getting herself involved because she knows that it's something that can definitely be long term. Because what they're looking is for some type of security and stability in the relationship. And the good thing about her, like she has a job, she has a good job, she has her own car, she has her own apartment, so she doesn't need me, and that's what I like about her, So that's looking for opportunity. Well, kind of, but Well, I've dated so many Dominican women as I was living here, and my first 5 years, then left and came back. So to me, it's never been an issue, especially if you speak the language, you know the culture. It's even easier. It's even
Right.
easier.
Speaking about the locals, when my driver used to take me to these local events, it used to just be he and I. And when they saw me, they thought I was like somebody famous because the way I dressed was like in linen suits, white t-shirt, all white uptown. And so I looked like somebody famous. They used to call me Michael Jordan. So that was great over there, And
plus you about 6'6", so they really gonna think you're an NBA
Oh,
player.
definitely with that height, I stand out.
yeah, so over there they love black men. So they call gringos white guys. They never really was about white guys. They say gringo is like a devil. But you could be a moreno gringo, which is a black devil, but they love the black man. And they really began to love the black man even more when Obama became president. When Obama became president, they started to look at African Americans as more distinguished because they saw how distinguished Obama was. And so traveling in the local areas was even better for me with the driver
Yeah,
because
because mhm.
now seeing Obama, you have America with a black president, and then now you have African American traveling over to DR. That made us even larger than life. And then it's something about the dark skinned males over there that the women love.
Now, yeah, strictly, I'm gonna put you on the spot. This is the question I wanted to ask you. Do you have American citizenship?
Yes, I do.
Was the divorce an American divorce or a Dominican divorce?
Dominican one, because I got married here.
Okay.
Yep.
So she can't get her hands on nothing that she got in America.
Nothing. Only DR. Yeah.
Listen, Khalil, you might as well hit the link, hit the panel, Khalil, because we know we're gonna get this is the neighborhood kickbacker right here. I ain't gonna call him a troll because trolls usually don't come up on the panel. B, this is actually your twin brother. The dude who they said looked like you in Brooklyn that play ball, that's him right there. Khalil Backyard Life. Hit the panel, Khalil, and make sure you got your camera on. Let me drop the link to him.
Hey,
Well, here's the thing. I mean, when for what I've seen, let me see if I can get. You'll be surprised though. I know specifically, girl, they will tell you they prefer black guy over. I cannot. I mean, so this is a fact. I mean, because I mean, here's the thing. I mean, the swag, the way you come across, it's just, they can identify with that. So it's just, you need to understand also the R&B, rap culture, and this and that. So it's more identifiable with us than with any other race. That's factual, So, of course, I mean, not any foreigner they're giving, because with any foreigners, I mean, it has to be, talk about the green card, then you will specify the United States, but then I know Dominican married to European as well, but it's not as common as you see with black. There's definitely, black has more, they're more popular, put it this way.
Yo, salute to the panel, guys. What's up, man? 40 night.
Salute.
Salute, yeah.
Salute.
Yo, I just want
Hey,
to make a
yo,
point,
yo,
man. 'Cause
yo,
I've
yo,
been,
James, I think it's your mic because everybody shit strategy, bro. So I'm going on your Jones, son.
I just want to make a point because I've been listening to y'all for a minute. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, my theory is this, right? Locals want to be with locals, and I'm gonna say this: they understand the culture better. It's easy to be with somebody that understands the culture better, understands you better. At the end of the day, yes, you got the American passport. Yes, you can provide them for this. Yes, you can provide them that. But once they get all that, 9 out of 10 times they leave. They leave. Some of these dudes you're just using their passport or whatever you can provide for them as leverage. They really don't want to be with you.
No,
Listen,
that's a fact, though. I said that earlier, but
The only girls,
my mic was tweaking.
the only girls that could look past that is the girls in the universities that study, that go to school.
Yo,
So
that's
if
what
you
I'm
mean
Khalil.
a chick, if you mean a chick at a restaurant, and you thinking you're gonna, you know, she's gonna be stuck to you by the hip, I don't believe that. I just don't believe that.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I think everyone experience differs because in my case, I was married for 20 years with no problem, you know. So, one second, let me get the door. One second.
Yeah, well, I could contest to that. Is I know what you're saying that they just want to get here, and then once they get here, they're out.
No,
No,
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is this: is that the girls they want to be with somebody that's connected to them culturally.
right.
You know what I'm saying? They want to be with somebody that's connected to them culturally. It's a lot easier for them. You know what I'm saying? So when they make Sancocho for the local, the local don't have to ask what Sancocho is. He already know what Sancocho is.
Yeah.
Opposed to American, they're gonna have to
Yeah,
explain to what
that.
Sancocho is, what they put in Sancocho. You see, as culturally, when they want to go to merengue night or bachata night, it's easy for a local to adjust or dress for the setting or dress for the occasion. That's all I'm saying. Is
Yeah,
that
well,
the only girls that can look past that is the educated girls. The girls in the universities that could look past those certain things.
Yo, Khalil, shine a light on yourself so B can see the resemblance.
What you say?
I said, shine a light on yourself so B can see the resemblance.
He ain't out there committing no crime. He don't look like me. We just
nah,
we just the same height. That's all. I think you got me by 1 inch. I'm 6'5".
And what tournaments you used to play in?
Say that again.
What basketball tournaments you was playing in?
Oh, all of them. Saw on the Hole, Kingston, Gersh, the housing tournaments, 103rd. The only one I didn't play in is Rucker.
okay. I wasn't. I
And
wasn't.
Khalil, a
Wasn't that
Dominican will
nice.
marry.
You are.
Hold on, say that again, B.
I wasn't nice in basketball as you are.
Hold on, I played for the X-Men.
Yeah, I heard of them, but I wasn't nice in ball as you were. I was just. I was a student.
Oh, okay.
So Khalil, go ahead. I know you're gonna give some pushback.
Pushback. Oh, nah. Some dudes do get lucky with the Dominican girls, but it's women. But it's more horror stories than good stories. You know,
Like I
and
said, like I said earlier, they want to be connected to the local.
I agree with the brother said. Given the choice, they'd rather be with their culture, their people, which I have no problem. The same way I'd rather be with a black woman, black
Exactly.
American woman.
And you know what? I want to interject on that because I went to every event. I even went to all black college. I went to every event that in every era. And let me tell you, I tried with the black woman. I tried, and
What you mean? What you mean by what you mean by tried? What you mean by
Let me,
tried?
let me hold on, B. Let me say this. It
Hmm.
ain't like we failed. This my man. Listen. We some fly motherfuckers. We run together. I'm gonna tell y'all what Triple B stands for. We named him Triple B because it stood for Bagging Bitches Brian. So you know where that's going with it. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we wasn't succeeding. We was knocking them down. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to that crossing that other line, you know what I'm saying? You want to settle down, you want to get married, then that's where. But I'm gonna let y'all talk about it.
And no one ever thought, I didn't even ever thought that Triple B could ever settle down with one woman. I never thought that. Never. And all the areas that I traveled from California to New Orleans to everywhere I traveled, I never thought I was going to be settling down with one woman until I went to DR and met my wife. Because my wife wasn't tuned into all the nonsense that people get tuned into. She wasn't tuned in like I should say with, oh, okay, I'm gonna meet me American to do this. No, she didn't know nothing about America. In fact, she didn't even want to come over here. I had to beg her to come over here.
So she was established in the Dominican Republic already.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, was she? Did she go to school?
Yeah, she went to school over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, the educated girls can look past that. But the girls that you mean at these restaurants and bars and clubs, they know they are not looking past that shit.
You see,
Once they get what they want, they out.
I didn't really go to a lot of restaurants and I mean a lot of bars and clubs. Like that's the sewer life. But in the Santo Domingo space,
Santo Domingo, they got tons of lounges and bars and
yeah,
restaurants.
they have a bunch of clubs. But I didn't really go to the clubs because clubs is violence, believe it or not.
They call discos.
Yeah, I didn't really mess with the clubs. They had Avenue Venezuela, where they have all the clubs, Utopia and all that. They even have over in Acropolis. They have the Cave, that big giant club in Acropolis. But I didn't really go to the clubs. I just really mainly stayed with the locals. But the clubs were a problem. Like when I first went to Sosua, and I went to one of the clubs there in Sosua, and then when we got outside, shooting started happening. I was like,
Really?
oh man, yeah. I said, you know what? I'll never go back because in Santo Domingo, everything is peaceful.
Santo Domingo's everything's peaceful.
Everything was peaceful wherever I went.
I mean,
Where you stay by the Hilton?
No, I was staying in Gasway.
Santo Domingo, that's where they take your phone.
Nothing ever happened to me. I wore
Sosua,
jewelry.
Sosua, Sosua is one of the safest places.
When
Yeah,
you was
because
in San Domingo, have you been? Did you been to Don Julio Beach?
Yeah, I've been everywhere in Santo
That beach is
Domingo.
nice, right?
Yeah,
Don Julio Beach, where's that at? I didn't go there.
Yeah, because you could only go to Sosua. You've been to Sosua about 30 times.
Yeah, but I was in Santo Domingo in February. I was there for 9 days.
No,
Fabio didn't take me over there.
because the beach is only like 15 minutes from the city.
We only went to Boca Chica. Now, B, explain to the people what happened to Boca Chica, because Boca Chica was the spot before Sasua. So what happened with Boca Chica? Because it's a ghost town now.
um, I never when I went to Boca Chica, um, I didn't really hang out by the beach area. Beach area, you know, a lot of people begging, and
They still
I
doing
just
that.
yeah, I just pretty much stayed in my hotel in Boca Chica, and just connected with my wife because my wife lives in Boca Chica. So now, having met my wife and staying in Boca Chica, now I didn't know all the land that she had. So now, when I found out the land that she had, now we're building on that land, and it's just so much easier. Like here in America, you have property tax. You build a house, you got to pay property tax. In DR, I don't pay no property tax. Build a house from the ground up. I don't pay for no water. I got a water well. I don't pay for no electricity. I have a 6-bedroom, 6-bathroom house with my wife.
I thought you paid property taxes in DR if the house is over 120 or 150,000.
I have no idea. I don't pay any property tax. We don't pay no property tax. We
Strictly knows about that. Strictly, what's up with that? The property tax.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't for what were you saying?
The property tax on houses over 150,000. Is that what it is?
Well, in DR?
Yes.
Well, in DR, the property house, it's I need to take it, but I know you have to pay annually. Like I believe it's like something like 10%, right? If I'm not mistaken. I will take it right now, but I know. But then you have this thing. If you buy in any places like touristic place besides Santo Domingo, like Sosua, or I would say Puerto Plata or Punta Cana, you are tax exempt. It's called Comfortour, which is a program that caters to foreigners that are exempt for paying taxes for the next 15 years. It's a way of fomenting what is called investment. But property tax, I will take it right now in DR. Give me 1 second. Give me a few minutes. I will get it to you. Property tax. Give me 1 second. Yeah. But I know there is a that you have to pay, but there is it's paid annually. Give me 1 second. I will tell you exactly. I know it's 10 or 12%. It's not that much. Hold on. Okay. Okay. The property tax in there. Okay. He has a tax rate of 1% on the excess value. Let me see. The annual property tax applies to real estate asset exceeding $166,000 with a tax rate of 1% on the excess value for individuals. Companies pay 1% of the total owned assets. So it's not that much.
Right.
But it's property in excess of 166, you know. So on the excess, let's say your property value is like $350,000. You're exempt for the first 166, so you pay 1% on the over amount. Exactly, okay. You do pay for tax over settlement. That is correct. Over $166,000. So if your property is $350, you're gonna pay taxes 1% on the one. It's gonna be like $134. So 1%, which is roughly about $1,340 yearly. Yep, but in the touristic area like Puerto Plata, Punta Cana, there you don't pay taxes. You're tax exempt for I believe 15 years.
Wow, 15 years.
Yep, it's called Comfortour. Yeah, it's called Consejo de Fomento Turístico. It's a way of bringing investment. That's why you have so many investment in Punta Cana when it comes to resort and stuff like that, because it's a way of getting people to invest. You know, imagine you don't pay taxes, the property taxes for the next 15 years is pretty good. But it has to be in those touristic area. Yeah.
Right. And two of my boys are in Punta Cana right now. They're doing the finalization of their villa out there. They actually own 2 villas. Wow, that might be my mic. They actually own 2 villas. But one is almost completed, 4-bedroom joint. And they're out there right now. They're getting keys to the house. And strictly, I'm gonna let you know they're gonna throw a housewarming party.
When?
It might be sometime this summer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be on Airbnb. That house, 4 bedrooms, big in-ground pool, jacuzzi, all that.
Yeah, they're gonna be rich.
Yeah. So
That's
you guys,
generational wealth. You don't never have to give up. You can hand that down to your kids' kids.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chris, you were correct. 1% of the excess value, excess of 166, exactly. So it talk about 166. So if you get a property under 166, you don't pay anything. But if you get in excess of 166, you pay 1% of the excess value. Yep, that's correct. Yeah, but going back to the guy said that women prefer locals. Well, not necessarily. It depends. I mean, it depends on it's individual basis because some of them say, I mean, I have. Who speaks Spanish here? Anybody speak Spanish?
Sí, yo sí hablo español.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna put you someone which is she's a local from here. She can actually you can ask question and she can actually you can hear from the horse mouth, so that would make more sense. Okay, she's here. ¿Quiere hacerte preguntas sobre mí?
Ay, Dios mío, pero yo estoy fea. Yo que estoy fea, Dios mío. Y hasta ahorita me quité. Hola. Claro.
Hola.
¿Qué tal?
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Yo español no muy perfecto.
Ah, ok. Ahora para acá. Ay, Dios mío. Yo me quito hasta los aretes, esos muchachos. Cuéntame.
¿Tu
Pero voy a
nombre?
espacio por si no entiendes bien.
¿Tu nombre?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Okay.
Ajá.
Dime.
¿Qué te digo?
Él quería saber, estamos hablando de los turistas, que es que las dominicanas prefieren los locales sobre los extranjeros.
Ah, el tema de noche.
Sí, como, no era un tema, pero era algo.
Ah, pero ¿cuál es la pregunta? What is your question? ¿Se dice?
Uh-huh.
Ajá, ¿cuál es tu pregunta?
I don't really have a question. I mean, I have everything without property. I don't really have a question regards to our property because I don't have to pay any property tax over there.
Okay. Now, you know what I was referring to earlier? The guy that was referring to that Domingo prefer locals over foreigners, and I was telling him it's on an individual basis. It all depends. I'm like, so I said, let's ask a local who knows about it, and she can actually give a point of view.
Salute the NYC, the future in the building.
Oh, okay.
All of us to find a wife out there. Not me. I don't need no wife. Been there, done that.
Súper bien, exacto. Está bien. Pero que obviamente de cada, o sea, depende el caso. Depende del caso. Hay muchos que sí, claro, y hay otros que no. Pero hablo sobre lo que está pasando hoy en día, ¿o qué? Que no sé de qué hablar.
No, era el tema de hoy.
Ajá, ¿cuál es el tema?
Puede encontrar una
future
esposa republicana.
Talk to the well for them
Él
folks.
dijo que sí, porque él está casado.
Claro que sí, que se
You gotta
puede.
face it, bro.
Se puede. Anoche en un en vivo, yo estaba explicando que la culpa realmente no es como la mayoría de los hombres dicen, todas las dominicanas son chapeadoras o todas las dominicanas son malas. No, yo dije que no es así, que la culpa es de ustedes, los hombres, dónde buscan a la mujer o cómo buscan a la mujer dominicana. Ok, por ejemplo, hay algunas personas, neoyorquinos o no sé qué, de Estados Unidos, que vienen directamente a buscar una mujer dominicana en Sosúa. Pero ¿qué pasa? Que luego dicen, no, que todas las dominicanas son chapeadoras, no sé qué. Mi amor, tú estás buscándola en una zona donde, aquí en República Dominicana, para allá que cogen o para allá es que van a hacer sus servicios, a prestar servicios, ¿ok? ¿Por qué tú no vienes a Santo Domingo? ¿Por qué tú no vas a Punta Cana? ¿Por qué no vas a otros lugares? ¿Por qué solamente te enfocas en Sosúa para luego entonces estar discriminando y diciendo que todas las dominicanas son cueros? También estaba diciendo que hay algunos hombres que cuando buscan a una mujer por alguna aplicación de citas, por ejemplo, Tinder, Bumble, Badoo, mi amor, tú puedes examinar el perfil. Si tú ves una mujer que no trabaja, que dice quiero un hombre que me consienta, busco un hombre detallista, es una mujer que quiere chapearte. Como tú, si buscas formalizar algo con una persona, con una mujer dominicana, ¿por qué tú te buscas a una mujer que en su perfil dice que no trabaja y que tiene 3 muchachos o 4 hijos? Posiblemente esa mujer tenga problemas con los papás de esos niños o con el padre de esos niños que no le dé para pensión y anda buscando quien le dé dinero. No es difícil buscar una mujer dominicana. El problema es de ustedes, los hombres, que lo buscan mal donde no es o como no es, para luego estar diciendo que todas las mujeres dominicanas son así. Eso era lo que yo estaba explicando anoche en un en vivo. Que la buscan mal simplemente porque, por ejemplo, yo trabajo, yo vivo sola, yo me mantengo. A mí un hombre me viene a decir, te voy a dar 200, 300 dólares para tener sexo, yo te voy a mandar al diablo. ¿Pero por qué? Porque yo no soy de Sosúa, porque yo no estoy en una aplicación de citas buscando hombres para chapear, ¿entiendes? Y como yo, hay muchísimas. O sea, tú vienes aquí a Santo Domingo y vienes, por ejemplo, aquí donde vive Amini, en esta torre, y ninguna de estas mujeres necesitan un hombre. ¿Entiendes? O sea, es que la buscan mal o donde no es. Por ejemplo, anoche en el en vivo había una persona que estaba diciendo que no, que toda la mujer se resuelve con dándole dinero, no sé qué, pero nunca ha venido a Santo Domingo. Cada vez que viene se mete Sosúa.
Okay.
Entonces, ¿a qué habla mal de la dominicana?
So
No
basically what she said, everybody, she said the women in Sosúa are the devil. And if you want to find a good woman, then you got to come to Santo Domingo. Strictly, am I right?
¿Qué fue lo que dijo?
B, am I right?
Hold
Is
on
that,
one moment though. He's coming back with drinks.
oh, B, am I right? Is that what she said? She said the women in
So
Sosúa.
she basically said, listen, she basically a little bit like that, but more she said, you know, if guys are looking that when they're looking on these websites, you know, if you got women that don't work and need money, then you're gonna get bad women.
Pero es que ustedes quieren buscar.
Mujeres, tienes muchas niñas, no trabajar,
exacto.
buscando para
ya
hombres.
Estamos buscando, ¿entiendes? Entonces
sí,
luego
sí.
tú le dices, ¿quiere 200 para tener sexo? Él dice que sí, y tú vienes y dices, todas son chapeadoras. Sí. Tú lo quisiste,
no
tú lo
siempre.
buscaste.
No todo mujeres, solo mujeres no trabajar.
Selecciona el tipo de mujer. O sea, examina, tú eres hombre, tú sabes cuando una mujer es seria o cuando no. Si te buscas una que no es seria, luego no estés quejándote. Es simple. Eso es lo que yo digo.
So the women who don't work and don't have jobs, they rely on the men with money to provide for that. But a woman that has a job is not gonna rely on a man for money.
Tell her that's BS. Because his doctor's out there poontang.
Say it again. I heard half that.
And the police officers too out there selling poontang. Tell her that's BS.
Hombre says, no, verdad, porque policía buscando para dinero para sexo. Policía en la República Dominicana.
¿Los policías?
Sí.
¿Te andan buscando?
Para dinero para sexo.
Hey, Milano, is that you?
Mujeres trabajando en policía buscando para dinero para sexo.
Entiendo.
Yo, we got a question. We got a question from Brooklyn Prophet.
No, yo entiendo lo que dice. Pero mira, lo que pasa es que si...
Yeah, she keeps putting her little booty in the screen.
Yeah, you see me looking, right?
Entiendo.
Yep.
Yeah, we thought that was you, Milano.
No, ser mujer de la República Dominicana, trabajar, hacer poco dinero y ciertamente aún no queda por dinero adicional. Entiendo, sí, yo entiendo lo que dice. Pero mira, lo que pasa es que porque tú tengas una mala experiencia o porque tú no te des cuenta al principio de qué tipo de mujer es, Entonces, si tú te quedas ahí, tú no tienes que decir que todas son iguales, porque no es así. Porque entonces aquí hay muchas mujeres que tienen relaciones serias, que no andan buscando dinero. O sea, que hay demasiadas mujeres que tienen relaciones formales de años. Por ejemplo, yo tengo amigas, la mayoría de mis amigas son mujeres demasiado serias, muy trabajadoras. En mi familia también a diario lo veo, ¿entiendes? Entonces, el hombre sabe cuando una mujer no sirve o cuando una mujer solo está por dinero y cuando sí. Lo que pasa es que el hombre se va por la vía fácil. Eso es lo que pasa, se van por la vía fácil porque saben que una mujer que no es fácil hay que invertirle tiempo. Y como el hombre no quiere tiempo, quiere sexo inmediatamente, por eso accede a la vía fácil. Pero no es así. Aquí en República Dominicana hay demasiadas mujeres buenas, porque yo lo veo a diario. ¿Entiendes? No es así, ustedes están equivocados. Y sí, mujeres que piden va a aparecer en todos lados. Lo que pasa es que se enfocan solo en República Dominicana porque es un país pequeño. Pero tú vas a Colombia, por ejemplo, y hay muchísima también. Vas a Venezuela, hay muchísima. Vas a Puerto Rico, hay muchísima. Se enfoca en República Dominicana porque es un país pequeño, es media isla. Pero no, aquí hay muchísimas mujeres buenas que no te van a pedir dinero. Lo que pasa es que el hombre se va por la vía fácil.
Mi amor. I got a question from the chat. Eres soltero. Eres soltero.
Sí.
¿Eres soltero?
Sí. Yes.
There you have it, chat. She said yes.
¿Qué dijo?
For those that don't know, I asked her was she single. That's for y'all.
Oh, he said sí. He says tú solo. No tienes novio.
No, I don't have. Explícale que.
Yeah, that was for you. That wasn't for
Explícale
us.
que él
That was for you.
conoció él a mí ni me dijo que él conoció
That wasn't for me.
al que era mi novio.
We don't
Mi
give.
novio
That wasn't
Oh.
for me.
She said su novio was Miguel, I guess.
pero terminamos, rompimos.
Oh,
hace
they broke up.
2 semanas.
Terminated.
That wasn't for me. Because listen, I'm not looking for a wife. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is with a wife. Check this out. This is what it is with a wife. You know what I'm saying?
No buscando para esposa.
Nope.
Aquí.
Never been? Nope. Want to be? No. Don't you want a woman of your own? What for? Share your name, bear your children, be a companion. They asked me to quit drinking, quit gambling, and save my money. The bitch about her aches and pains all day. No thanks.
So no, thank you. Been there, done that. Not doing it again. Wow, that is my mic. Hold on, what's going on with this mic?
Yo, tomorrow when you get your retirement check, get a new mic, man.
Oh, we got that already. Mr. B, tell him.
It's been horrible the whole show.
Yes, sir. But yeah, this background noise is killing it.
How do I sound now?
Still choppy.
Are we sure that's my mic?
It ain't mine.
It ain't mine. It's you, man.
Me encanta, me encanta. Yo fui el lunes y hoy, Monday and today. Dos días.
Punta Cana más bonito.
Yeah, but
Con
it's
mucho
far,
gas,
yeah.
Who the hell is that up to? Let me leave
B,
that
is that your mic?
Yeah, mi novio.
The complication.
Testing. That was B's mic.
Él me está hablando a mí.
No, not the.
Okay.
Mi amigo.
Ya.
B fell asleep.
Yeah, that was his mic.
He's sleeping.
Yeah. Them brick buildings in Harlem, man. Y'all Brooklyn niggas go through the same shit.
That's that retirement right there. He knocked out, man.
Yeah, but every time I go to Harlem, his building and my other man, all my people that live in Harlem, I don't know what it is with them buildings up there and the internet. Know what I'm saying?
A friend of mine live in a building
Not,
on 129
Yeah.
Lexington. It's the same thing.
it's the concrete because the way the buildings was made, you know, it was made. I think what is that? Pre-war, if I'm not mistaken, where everything was made with concrete and whatnot, and it's almost like that's why they last so long, like
Yeah.
100 years, 200 years. But the walls are so solid that if you know, God forbid, if you got into something terrible, it wouldn't just come down so easy.
I see what you're saying.
Yo, who that just came up? Show your face.
Okay, I'm
Oh, that's
back.
Buck Travel. Buck Travel, what up, man?
Hey, salute to the
So I
panel,
seen
man.
I seen him for a quick hot second. We can confirm that Buck Travel is black.
Salute to the panel, man. Nah, I'm a Hispanic, so I can play, man.
Well, you got some
Salute
color to your skin.
Yeah.
The question was you white or black?
You thought I was white all this time?
I didn't know.
Mm.
But aren't you from Africa?
Yeah, I'm from East Africa. So what
Why
makes
you
you
say
think
Hispanic?
what makes you think I'm white if I'm from Africa?
I don't know. You could have been South Africa.
Like Elon Musk?
Yeah.
What y'all talking about tonight? What's the topic, man?
We freestyle, but the main topic is can you find a wife in the Dominican Republic? And my man,
Is it just Dominican Republic or is it worldwide? It's like, because I literally know a lot of dudes that brought their wives to the States and things are working out good. So is it just strictly exclusive to DR or is it exclusive to the
no, it's
whole
not
world?
strictly exclusive to DR, but my man B, he's been married to a Dominican woman for 9 years, so he wanted to come up and tell his story.
Okay. 9 years, that's 9 years, that's a success. Considering most marriages in the States don't even last 5 years. You see what I'm saying? So that's a success. That's over you beating expectations. That's very good. You know, but you know, a lot of people in this space, you know, they when they go to DR, they're looking wives in the wrong spots. You know, there's places like Santo Domingo and places like Santiago where you can find wives. I'm gonna tell you, bro. The first time I went to games, the first time I went to DR was Santo Domingo. That's my first trip to say. I didn't went to Sosua because I knew what Sosua was all about. I went to Santo Domingo, bro. I'm telling you, I was approaching chicks. I was getting numbers after numbers, and I'm talking about regular chicks, Blue Mall or Girl Mall. These chicks, if I were living there, you can find something up there. You know, don't listen to this guy backpack not backpack but this backyard dude, you know, who's always hating, man. It's like, why you gotta always hate on the dudes, man? Come on, man. Just
Thing that you
people are just gonna live their lives, man. Just let the dudes be happy,
have
bro.
nothing for me to hate on. I can have an opinion, brother. I travel the world. I have properties. I'm good. About to retire in a year and a half. I'm good. So I have nothing to hate on. Nothing y'all doing I can't do tomorrow. Because I got a strong FMLA, so I can go on vacation anytime I get ready.
Okay. I mean, I can't hate that. I actually admire that. So, you know, so
y'all throw that word
doing that. That's
it's just people have different opinions. That's the beauty of human beings. We all can have a different opinion. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong or you're right or wrong. But get the word hate out of here because I got everything y'all got. And then some. We got the nice car in the yard, all that shit.
Well, you say you got a nice car. What kind of car you got?
I got a Mercedes Benz. 550.
What is it? Is it C class?
Which Benz?
Is it C class or what?
550 4MATIC.
It's only one 550, and that's S class.
No, it's the CLS. It's the CLS 550.
Yeah, the CLS 550.
Don't want to go through that again. You.
Listen, we already know. We already know what I got parked outside.
So let's get that word out of here.
We already know what I got parked outside. We're not even gonna go there.
Here you go. Here, God damn it! You got the 20. You got this. You got my baby mother car, man.
I got 2020, but listen, this is what it is right here. You ain't got this. You ain't got this right here.
What, the bike? I don't ride motorcycles.
Know what I'm saying?
I ride pedal bikes, man. I'm trying to get in shape.
I got that too. That's a specialized. I'm bringing that out tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna do about 10 miles on the pedal bike.
Okay, you got a pedal bike. We're gonna set something up in New York City. We're gonna go for we're gonna do a 20-mile ride.
Listen, we can get with my other cousin, big cousin again. B, that's Darren. You know Darren.
Mm-hmm.
We can get with him. Know what I'm saying? Sunday mornings, they got the ride going from Lower Manhattan all the way up to the GW and back.
That's a nice little ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a nice ride.
Yeah, I'm just not watching my feed. My IG stories. Fabulous is in Malaysia. God damn, he's a passport bro now. Fab, you know Fab. He's in Malaysia right now.
Who, Fab the rapper?
Yeah, I'm looking at the feed right now.
He doing a show or he chilling?
Nah, he's just chilling. It seems like he's just chilling out there.
That's a good look.
Jesse
this movement is growing, bro.
Jesse Short says, "Am I part of a motorcycle club?" No, Jesse Short. I don't follow the trends. You know what I'm saying? I was, when I was on my R1, I was in a club. I was in a club out of Harlem, and I don't like the rules. I don't like following rules. You know what I'm saying? So we don't do me and the Gangster Lifestyle team. The dude's part of the team that ride. We don't do clubs. Even though my cousin brother Gans down in Gulfport, Mississippi, he rides a Honda Goldwing. He's part of the club. He's part of a club out there. But up here in New York, us riders out here, we don't do no clubs. Not the gangsters.
You been to Gulfport, Mississippi?
No, I should have went when we had a family reunion out there.
When I was in the military, I trained out there with the CBs on the Navy base out there.
In
Gulfport. I trained with them for like over a year with the CBs and the Navy SEALs.
Matter of fact, my other cousin, he was in the chat. Yo, cuz, if you here, let me drop the link. If he's still here, he can talk some Brazil talk. For those that want to go to Brazil, he's the man on Brazil. Know what I'm saying? Anything that you need to know about Brazil, because my cousin, he actually put me up on a lot of South America.
With that Brazil, how long you gotta have that $2,000 in your bank account for?
3 months.
Oh, that's not nothing. That's gonna be hard though for a lot of people though.
That's gonna be hard for the passport bros. Excuse me, not passport bros. These dudes in the broke nigga travel sphere.
It's gonna be a way to get around that. Somebody gonna come up with a way to get the fake bank papers.
My bad, I had her muted. He says Triple B's mic. I muted his mic and we were still getting the feedback. Let me text my cousin real quick. We could do that Brazil talk.
Somebody asked you a question right there. They asked you, why do you need to have it in an account for 3 months?
I don't know. I don't. That's Brazil's rules. It's in response to the Trump tariffs. These different countries are doing whatever it is they got to do to fight Trump on his tariffs. So Brazil implementing the visa requirements to be you got to have $2,000 in your bank account and 2,000 and you got to have it in there for 3 months. That's in response to the Trump tariffs. That's their way of fighting back. Let me hit my cousin real quick. If he can get on the panel,
Yeah,
he
they
could
say you gotta have minimum.
he could
You
explain
gotta
more
have
about
minimum
Brazil. He's the man in
2K. They say minimum you gotta have 2K in your bank statement in
right.
order to travel to Brazil. So that's gonna weed out a lot of
Repeat
a lot
that.
of people. Now imagine if DR and Colombia did that shit. Oh my goodness.
What you said about the bank statement?
I think my mic is cut off. What you say?
I said, what do you say about the bank statements again?
They said you need minimum of 2K to travel into Brazil if you're a U.S. citizen or European citizen or Australian.
So you got to give them 3 statements there, right?
Yeah, in the last 3 months, yeah. But word on the street is there's some people that's photoshopping those statements.
So you got to give them the bank statement with all your information on it?
Yeah, everything, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Once you got my routing number, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You could do what you want with it.
Yep, and the address.
Yeah.
All you need is your name, your address, and the last 4 of your router number. Because they can call your bank and say, "Hey, this is Khalil." You know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, my Brazil. I guess I won't be going to Brazil.
Yeah.
Yo, B, did you hit any other countries besides DR before you settled down?
Well, I was going to Mexico and Canada.
Right.
So I was going to Mexico before I was going to DR.
Right. Yeah, well, Cancun, we was all, yo, that was a great time, Cancun, 2001. That was a great time.
That's when Nelly, I guess, just first came out.
Right. I remember I met Tracy McGrady on the Strip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cancun was that stuff.
Yeah, Future got another fundraiser tonight.
Yeah, he gonna keep well till it's.
He just got back from Medellin. He just got back from Medellin, and he's going somewhere.
Am I the guinea pig today?
Say that again, Buck. We didn't hear you.
I said, so I was just looking at YouTube page, and I noticed that Future is doing another fundraiser. I'm like, he just got back from Medellin.
Well, he's trying to take over the travel space.
Okay. I mean, you see the beef between him and Rello, right? And Mitch Twison.
Well, listen, this is what I got to say about that. B, I don't know. You just putting your eyes on this travel space. There's a lot of goofiness going on over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
They dubbed that trip the best of both worlds. Buck Travel, you know, I called it the best of broke worlds. You know what I'm saying? So, if we remember R. Kelly, Jay-Z, what happened at the end of that best of both worlds tour? They were beefing with each other. R. Kelly was saying dudes had guns in the audience. Dudes had guns in the audience pointed at him. So we all know how that best of both worlds with R. Kelly and Jay-Z ended. So you're gonna title a trip "Best of Both Worlds." That's what happened with that. But yo, B, let me tell you what's going on in this travel space. And this is for all the dudes that that's friends with me and B, and they don't watch this and they don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas about to have a threesome.
Oh man, I don't know. They got Milano over there. I don't know what's going on over there.
Wait, Mulatto is with Strickland?
Big
Is
Ken,
that
don't be
Strickland?
looking socially awkward.
One girl.
So yeah, B. You got these dudes coming online begging for money to go travel.
Girls to get rid of that boyhead dude. Give me another girl to get rid of him.
They got these dudes out here begging online. They call it e-begging, online begging for money to go travel. Right now, this is the weirdest shit. This is the weirdest shit. You got some dude calling dudes tricks, right? Because they're going overseas, they doing what they doing, right? But the same dudes that are calling the dudes tricks are sending these dudes money to go and trick. Make sense.
But I don't get it.
That's even worse, Gaines. That's even worse than the dude who's tricking.
Yeah.
The dude who's donating for other men to trick is worse than the dude who's tricking by himself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen. If I'm going over there and I'm spending my money to have fun, that's my money. You can't get on me about it. You can call me a trick. You can call it is what it is. I call it part of the vacation. But for you to send somebody money to go and spend on hookers, that's the weirdest shit, dumbest shit I ever heard in my freaking life.
And you donated to that?
No, I didn't. No, I did not. No, I did not. I gave him money. And B, don't you ask me for no money to come up on because you came up on the panel to tell your story. Because that's what my man Khalil. You remember my man that went to Africa? He said, yo, Gans, where my money at for me coming up on the panel telling the story? So I donated to NYC the Future because he came on the panel and told the story. You know what I'm saying? So I gave him a little something.
No, you clean that shit up good, man. I see why you was patient for that long. Come on.
See what I'm doing? My Don Julio. Know what I'm saying? Yo, Breeze, rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, Breeze. Looks like you lived a good life, but I wish it should have been longer for you, brother.
Yeah, he definitely lived a good life. Yo, if Breeze was still alive and he saw what these dudes was doing to travel overseas, his head would spin. Because Breeze was about that money, bro. Breeze was about getting that money and getting it any kind of way that you can legal. Know what I'm saying? And he didn't half step on nothing. We talking cars, houses, clothes, all. He didn't half step. Salute the Breeze. May he rest in peace. Ever.
Where was he from?
He was from Staten Island.
Okay, Wu-Tang.
Mm-hmm. West Brighton, Body Brighton. Word up. So yeah, B, that's what's going on out here. These dudes, they begging for money to go travel. You know what I'm saying? So.
And you support them?
Yo, I didn't send the other dude down. And
You just brought him drinks at the bar.
Mr. D dropped off the panel.
You just brought him.
Mr. D dropped off the panel. So men tuition, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Y'all went from talking against what Rello was doing to now you're filming for him and all of this nonsense.
That's crazy.
I don't get it.
Wait, I'm confused, man. So your man supported him in tuition and you not?
Listen, they was cool, but what happened? They dropped a 2-hour live the other day. For 2 hours straight, they was talking about NYC the Future. I'm like, yo, you ain't got nothing else to talk about?
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? That's what killed me with them. I mean, we cool, but listen, you can't spend a 2-hour stream dedicated to one person. You know what I'm saying? That seems kind of, if the dude didn't want to hang out with y'all, that's his prerogative. Shout out to Bobby Brown. You know what I'm saying? It's his prerogative. He said, yo, he pulled up over there. He didn't like the vibe. He didn't like the girl, so he broke out. You gonna be mad at him for that?
Yeah, but he reneged on the deal, though. That was the problem.
What deal?
They were selling the best of both worlds. That's how he got the money. That was part of the reason he got the money so quick during the donations, because they were selling the ultimate so-called hookup. They sold that as the package. Then when he got out there, he reneged on the contract.
Well, guess what?
That was the problem.
Guess what?
He walked around looking stupid on a basketball court for the remainder of the time.
Guess what? Once you give that dude your money, it's now his money.
It's called the gentleman's agreement. You owe him this.
It wasn't a loan. It was a donation.
It was an agreement that he made with the people. They sold the show. It was supposed to be those two dudes getting together, which probably they would have got together. Probably would have been a dope thing. You know, because they both are characters.
Yeah. Facts. They were selling a dream. Let me read that. Jesse Shorts. He said they were selling a dream as three amigos meeting up in Medellin. Okay.
Then the other dude that was out there, the nomad dude, he was acting like a scorned girl and shit. I ain't never seen no female shit like that before. Dude just turned around, Rello turned around 1 second, and he, what you leave me for? Where you going, honey? God damn. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Hey, Khalil, I was like that first. I was thinking that like that. Yeah, you got to give him a benefit of the doubt, though. Hear me out. You know why? This is his first time outside of the country, and he went to Colombia. See, I don't know if you've been to Colombia for your first time, but I've been there. It was a completely culture shock. It was different. You see what I'm saying? But it was his first time outside the country, so he lost Rello, and he kind of got mad at that. And it's like you got to give him a benefit of the doubt. Now, if he went to like other places around the world, now you can probably kind of criticize him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm not giving him out no benefit of doubt because he should have kept his composure. We are men here. You know, he should have talked to him offline. He was acting like an hysterical girl, like he was with your girl. She turned around for a second and you was gone. That's what women do. As men, we keep our composure and drive on. You know, he was acting like a woman. I don't know. I think he wanted Rello all his attention to himself or something. I don't know what's going on out there. Be a lot of weird stuff in this trap. First of all, they sharing an apartment together. I'm not doing that. Unless it's a big ass villa and we got all space where we could go separate places. You know, not no tight ass apartment. That was like a Puerto Rican apartment they was in.
Yo, B, that's your mic. That's your mic, B.
Mic on.
Yeah, that's your mic. Somebody drop down?
No, my mic is on now, but you're muting my mic.
Yeah, because I muted it because to see who was causing the feedback.
Let's see if that guy said he was spooning at night. Some intuition dude is sharing one bed.
Yeah, that's why I muted the mic to see who was causing the feedback. So every time I mute the mic, everything's clear.
He might have something open. That's why it's noise.
Yeah, he might have a YouTube window open.
No, I'm looking. I don't have no YouTube window open. Everything is closed.
You working on a headset? You on a headset?
Yeah, I have
That's what it is right there.
Oh, so I should take them out. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me take them out.
So yeah, that was his headset. Strictly, what up?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better.
Yeah, I had some headsets in my ear. Yeah, so this has been a good night. Like I think one of the other guys that were on here is saying it shouldn't be about DR because you could meet a woman from any country. She could be from Jamaica. She could be from anywhere, and you can make it.
Damn, he took the headset out. Now he frozen.
And yeah, so you can meet a woman from anywhere and anywhere and make it work. I just so happened to meet someone in Dominican
I don't
Republic.
know about America.
Yeah, I just couldn't make it work in America. I couldn't.
I don't know about America.
Y'all act like it's no good women in.
Hey, Khalil, this is for you. Hold on.
Asking me to give you money. I'm an American black woman. I'm a married American black woman. I don't give, I take. Okay? So stop asking me for money because I'm not going to give you none. You're supposed to be giving me money. I'm the queen.
Let's play that again. Let's play that again. Let's play that. Let's play that again for the listening audience. Hey, Khalil, these are your black queens, Khalil.
I'm an American black woman. I'm a married American black woman. I don't give, I take. Okay? So stop asking me for money because I'm not going to give you none. You're supposed to be giving me money. I'm the queen. Period. Period.
Those your black queens, Khalil. What you got to say about that?
I don't. She has a point there. That's how she feels. But the problem I have with y'all, really, y'all is not. See, B, he got a real woman. The rest of y'all are dealing with women of the night. So I'm not gonna let y'all compare a woman of the night to a black woman that's doing the right thing. That's not fair, brother. Because a woman of the night gonna do anything you say. If I tell her the sky is red and it's really blue, and I throw another 20 on her, she gonna be like, yes, it's red, Poppy. It's red, Poppy. You know? Come on, man. Y'all that's the only problem. I can see like y'all went over there and y'all all got a bunch of women like my man here, and y'all settled down and doing the right thing. But y'all ain't doing that, man. So you can't compare women of the night to everyday working women. Everyday women in America that's doing the right thing.
Oh, hold on. Everyday working women, right? Hold on. What's up with my mic?
That's the only problem I have with y'all. Y'all can't do that comparison.
Testing. Okay. Now you saying everyday working women.
Everyday women, period, that's doing the right thing. That's
no, hold on, Khalil. If she's working, shouldn't she bring home something to the household as well? Or is all her money to herself?
In this day and age, if you're a 21-year-old, 22-year-old guy, I can understand the 50-50 thing. But not us grown men, brother. Come on. We from a different time. We from the time where the men brought home the bacon and the women fried it. Come on.
I didn't see that growing up. My mother worked my whole life.
Almost the same. You probably got me about 1 year. What you saw growing up?
My mother working. My mother getting up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning going to work.
Yes, but I'm sure your pops paid all the bills.
No. My mother was married. They got divorced in what? 1984.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what happened.
But even when he was here, my mother contributed to the bills. She coming here right now and tell y'all that.
You still cannot compare no everyday respectable woman to no street. in Dominican Republic.
No. We're not comparing them to that.
I do all the time.
No. We're talking about the women. We're talking about the women of now compared to the women of the 70s, 80s, and the 90s.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. Ladies here. Come on.
Why we can't compare them?
You can't compare a streetwalker to a regular woman.
I'm not. Listen, we're not talking about the streetwalker. We talking about these American-born and bred women right here in the United States.
Every time y'all complain about a woman in America, you got to be DR. Oh, I've been with 30 prostitutes. Come on, make that make sense. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Like I said, I could bring my mother in here right now. Blessed that my mother's still alive at 84 years old, right? Yeah. I could bring her in here right now. She'll tell you. She paid all the bills. She paid the bills. Even when she was married.
I'm gonna ask you one question, Gaines. If these overseas women are so good, why you ain't with one settling down with one?
I ain't trying to settle down, brother.
Why you ain't got one? I ain't talking about settling down. Why you ain't going every week to Colombia to see one, going to DR? Unless you're a Western Union poppy on the low, you're not telling us.
Nah, I'm not that. I got obligations here at home. Know what I'm saying? I got 2 kids I look after. I got my mother. You know what I'm saying? My uncle AD, the last time I spoke to him before he died, my uncle AD said, boy, take care of them kids. Know what I'm saying? So I live up to that.
You're doing what you're supposed to do.
That's what the Gans, man, that's what we about. We about family. You know what I'm saying? We take care of our own.
Y'all got to stop doing that, though, man. You got to stop comparing streetwalkers to everyday women in America, man. That's not fair. Unless you're going to take a streetwalker from America and compare it to a streetwalker in DR, then y'all could do that all day. But comparing to it, come on, man, because a streetwalker going to make you feel special for that hour you with her. She's going to give you the fake girlfriend experience if you pay for the all night or whatever y'all paying for out there. Come on.
Listen, that's all I need. I pay for a woman to leave. I don't pay for her to come to me. I pay for her to leave. Get out of here. I don't want to be bothered.
Then y'all keep saying, oh, you paying for a woman in America. That's not true, man. Because you have women in America, when you lose your job, that some of those women will stick by you, man, until you get another job. Or if you get sick or something, you need somebody to wipe your booty, that woman will wipe your butt. I done seen that, man. Come on. That Dominican streetwalker is not going to wipe your ass. When the money's gone, she going to walk away. Come on.
Well, listen, what about the men that's going through it? Listen, I know where you're going to go when I say this, but Shannon Sharp, it's an American woman that took him down.
American 20-year-old prostitute. You lay down with OnlyFans prostitutes, nonsense, you're going to get something negative. A negative and a positive equal a negative. That was the problem. He was with an OnlyFans prostitute and got gained. That was it. He should have did that prostitute one and done. He want to have phone conversations with a prostitute like she's a real woman. Then he's 30 years over her. They have nothing to connect on talking wise. I have nothing to connect on with no 20-year talking. The only thing we could do is something in bed and I go my separate way.
Okay, so what about homeboy?
Who?
Cat Williams. He said you could be King the Conqueror. Him. What's his name?
He said not to mess with no white women. My grandmother told me a white woman to put you in jail.
No. I'm talking about the dude who played King the Conqueror. What's his name?
He was from the South. My grandma was from the South, LaGrange, Georgia. So you know
Chat. What's homeboy's name that played King the Conqueror and played in Creed? What's his name?
Majors.
Jonathan Majors. What about him?
Him messing with a white woman. Leave them devils alone. He would have been with a black sister. The most he would have did was broke his car window. That's it. Okay. Not ruin his career.
Hey, chat. When you playing in the snow, you don't know how it's gonna go.
And Shannon Sharp was with a professional, and you don't know if that professional got a pimp that was running the long game on Sharp. Sharp should know who he was. He's from Alabama. He should have known, from a small little dirt town in Alabama where he was shitting in the outhouse.
Georgia.
Got who he was.
Georgia.
No, he's from Alabama.
Who? Shannon Sharp? Nah, he's from Georgia.
He ain't from Georgia, Alabama. Google it.
Nah. He was from not too far from where my father used to live in Savannah, Georgia.
Well,
they know each other.
He was shitting in the outhouse. He should have known who he was and known not to get too entangled with a woman of the night, because that's what he did. That's what the OnlyFans are. You fly them chicks out, you bang them out, and that's it. He moved the girl to Las Vegas with him, a 20-year-old.
When she told him $25,000 a cheek, there's only two things you could have did.
You see how she looked?
You either pay it or you say, you know what? BI, kick rocks. Get up out of here. And delete all conversations. It's over. After that, either I'm paying you the money or I'm cutting all communications. It's not going to be, we're not talking no more. Because if I'm not giving you no money, that's the end of the conversation. Get up out of here.
And he lost his sponsorship, because if you look, I watched the show the other night, DraftKings, the logo not in the corner no more. The T-Mobile logo is not in the corner no more. So those two sponsorships are gone. And that's millions of dollars right there.
Yeah. And see, on the Gangster Lifestyle, that's ultimately what we're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I represent Indian Motorcycles, Reinhardt Exhaust on my 2021 Indian Challenger, Reinhardt DBXs. Reinhardt, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? It's the Gangster Lifestyle. Next week, we got the bike coming back out. We're going to show y'all what it do. We pulling up the Wicked Wednesday next week. You know what I'm saying? And we out here. We out in these streets.
So you just said you said we. So you in a bike club then?
No. When I say we, the Gangster Lifestyle team is my cousin Darren, Big Cuzzo Gans, and everybody. We not a motorcycle club. We just ride together.
Oh, okay.
So when I say we, I'm talking about the Gangster Lifestyle team. The Gangster Lifestyle team is Dagger 4130. My man Tariq Garrett, if he's in the chat. My man Triple B, he's down with the Gangster Lifestyle team. We go back to not the Sandbox, but after the Sandbox. Who else? My other cousin Gans, he was in the chat. I hit him on the text, but he didn't pull back up. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? That's the Gangster Lifestyle team. And a couple others. Dudes who I ride with, dudes who I travel with. You know what I'm saying? If you see them with me, they down with the Gangster Lifestyle team. They're either family or close friends. We all grew up together. Oh. My man L, he's in the chat. My other man B, he's somewhere in the chat. I don't know what his YouTube name is, but I know he's watching. Shout out to him. That's the Gangster Lifestyle team. We all run together. You heard? You know what it is. But yeah, like I said, when you playing in the snow, you don't know how it's going to go. And my mother, her age group, you know what I'm saying? Them women from back then, they used to say, if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home.
Yeah. Gans, thanks for having me on tonight, man. I really appreciate it. I enjoy your channel, man. I enjoy the positivity you guys talk about on this channel. And anytime you need me to come on, you know.
Yo, you always welcome, brother. You know what it is.
Yeah, I appreciate the positive talk tonight.
Yeah, you always welcome. You whenever I go live, you can hit the link. You know what I'm saying? We could chop it up. You know what it is.
All right, that's what's up.
Have a good night, bro.
All right, thanks.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna keep on rocking. I'm gonna drop this link Anybody want to come up and chop it up? You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep on rocking for a little while longer.
I thought your boy Razor was going to show you love.
I don't know where Razor at. He probably in the gym or he probably drinking somewhere. Listen, he promoted it. That was enough.
Yeah, he did his part, I guess.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the link is there. Anybody want to come up? Chop it up.
Question. You think that team that Future have, all them dudes that he have up under him, you think those dudes are detrimental to him? Because I think that group, they hated on Rello. They didn't want those two to get together. I think they played the major part in it. You know, they have an underlying jealousy of Rello because they watched the brother over the last few months able to raise $50,000 with no problem and go on trips and enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
And they stuck in the States, ain't going nowhere.
Well, I don't know what it is with that. Listen, these is guys that Future met on the internet. I don't think he knows any of them personally in real life. When I talk about the Gangster Lifestyle team, we all know each other. We are all family and friends. You know what I'm saying? I am the only one out of my crew that you see on the internet. You might see me bring up my cousin from San Francisco. I'll bring him on the panel. But the rest of my team, know what I'm saying? They don't do this YouTube stuff. I'm the only one. And the only reason why I'm doing it is because I'm retired. Fuck it. I'm here for shits and giggles. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's a check. I ain't going to say no to it. You know what I'm saying?
So them dudes basically found Future on the internet. They just jumped on him like leeches and sucking the life out of him.
You know, it is what it is. I don't think he knows any of them. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak to that because I don't know him personally.
The only one he should keep is the one that's doing the editing. That's the only one I would keep. I would get rid of the rest of them.
Here we go. Yoga, I'm going to add you to the stage. But brother, what I need for you to do is keep it clean. And I know you in backyard life, y'all might get into it.
Don't argue with him, man.
But I need y'all can get into it, but keep it clean.
I'm not arguing with him tonight. I don't feel like it.
Let's keep the F-bombs to a minimum. Let's leave the gay, oh man, me. Let's leave the G word out of it. Let's leave the N word out of it. Salute, Yoga. Welcome to the stage. Salute. Yoga.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
What's going on? How you doing?
We good. What's going on?
I said, how you doing, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you, brother?
Oh, remarkable, man. And tomorrow is the 1st of May. I'm getting ready to go down to Cartagena. You know, my Earth Day, Planet Day is this in May. So I'm gonna be out in Cartagena on that Memorial Day weekend situation.
Right.
Yeah, I remember you saying you're gonna be in Medellin.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull up to Cartagena, but I got a lot of people moving with me in Medellin. So,
but how many of y'all out there 10? Y'all gonna be 10 deep?
In Medellin, it's gonna be about somewhere between 8 to 10 of us.
Okay, cool. Y'all moving safe? That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Did you see the thing with down in Dominican Republic, Sasua Beach, Finger, the restaurant owner on Sasua Beach down got arrested?
Right. Yeah.
And I saw the video. He was in the jail in Sasua. He said, "Black America, y'all help me, Black America."
Listen, if it's one thing that Frank Lucas never told a lie about, he said, yo, when somebody says, my brother, they trying to dig in your pocket.
Yep. Yeah, I saw the video. Then he ended up saying, "Black America, help me, Black America." I was like, you right there, yo, Haitian Zoe brothers are right there in Sasua, all around you. They can get you out. What's going on? That don't make sense. And then how Black America gonna help you if you in the country and that's not your home country, and then you break the rules, they're gonna deport you back to your home country. Ain't nothing Black America can do.
Right.
It'd be different if you hustling and you in your home country. You can hustle at home because your family right there, your people right there. You know the sheriff, you know the police, you know the judges, you know the mayor. They can't railroad you. You know what I'm saying? He away from home.
He said Puto can help him.
Oh yeah, Puto TV and Kalo KTV, all them Haitian YouTubers that Bo Rex told to start doing the, creek camming, or the Mangoes doing the COVID. All of them got plenty of money to help him. Exactly. Black America don't have to help him, because if we get in trouble down there, look how many brothers went down there, be down there and get in trouble. What brothers do? They go get their $400, go get a lawyer, and bail out.
Right.
Shit. And if you hustling, you need to have insurance money. If you're in the game, you need to have insurance money. You need to have somebody, you can call somebody that can come get you, and you need to have money for that legal team. Everybody know that. What the hell is he doing? And it ain't number $400 for a lawyer down there in DR, so he tripping.
Right.
I'm like, hold on, you own a restaurant. You ain't one of them Haitians walking around with banana and mangoes in a bowl on top of your head. You ain't one of them Haitian chicks down there. You got a restaurant and we spend money with you, and you've been charging cats $50 a plate down there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now all of a sudden, shit, you in a situation, you like, I need money, and saying Black America, I'm like, man, you got folks right down there. And so it might be like what you said, a little situation like you said, like you just pointed out.
Well, I never interacted with Finger. I honestly, I don't even know where his restaurant was at.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my team, when we go to the beach, we go to Mofongo King. Shout out to Mofongo King. They treat us like family every time, and it's good food. You know what I'm saying? I know some people, my people out of Brownsville, they dealt with Finger, but me personally, I never dealt with him. Born Hustler, salute. Justin Holmes, salute. Tricking is a rich man's sport. What you think about that, Yoga? What you think about that, Backyard Life? Tricking is a rich man's sport.
It's levels to it.
Listen.
It all depends on the woman you're trying to get.
Listen, let's tackle that, because I was thinking about that earlier. No matter how you want to look at it, either you paying up front, or you paying in the long run, or you paying in the back end, you still paying. You know what I'm saying? If you paying up front for her to leave, you paying. If you taking her out on dates in hopes of smashing, you're paying. And then on the back end would be, if you've been with this woman, married, baby mama, whatever, and she take you for child support, or she divorce you, divorce court, that's a gut-wrenching situation. Divorce court and that child support court, you don't want to go through that shit. Either way you look at it, you paying, you coming up out of your pocket some way. So these cats talking about, oh, I don't pay. Man, listen, you ain't doing nothing but lying to yourself. You're not lying to me, because I already know you full of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Because one way or another, you coming out of your pocket. And if you not coming out of your pocket, trust and believe that broad probably weigh 250 pounds.
They don't exist no more.
That broad probably weigh 250 pounds. Word up. Justin Holmes, what he's saying?
He
He
said
said,
he the Czech Republic. I don't think that exists no more. Because I was in Prague in 2002 when I was in the military. I don't think that country exists no more.
right. So what happened with it? They part of the Russian Union?
Remember, all that stuff got disappeared when the Soviet Union broke up and all that.
Right. Well, that's what Vladimir Putin's trying to do right now. He's trying to bring the Soviet Union back together. That's what this whole war is about.
Yeah, but United States got to defend Ukraine because they signed an agreement in 1994 when Ukraine got rid of its nuclear arsenal, which was from the old Soviet Union.
Okay. So listen, what you think about dudes saying they paying and not paying? What's your take on that?
Paying and not paying?
Mm-hmm. For a woman.
I do believe we all pay to a certain extent, but the difference is if you with a woman that truly love you, you'll get something on your return.
Okay.
That's what I believe. You'll get something on your return. Whereas, like I always tell you all the time, if you got sick or something, or if you lost your job, you'll get something on your return.
Okay. So I got something in return. Two pain in the ass kids who I love to death. Know what I'm saying? My son, I'm very proud of that dude. Handling his business. Was working 3 jobs for a minute. Khalil, the post office, called him. He started and he quit.
He should. But this ain't a good time to get in there because they got that 2-tier system now.
Well, he quit. He was in Jersey City.
Yeah.
And he said it was just a nasty atmosphere. He was getting parking tickets over in Jersey because they didn't have on-site parking. He had the city carrier position.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't give him a vehicle. They just gave him the mailbag and told him to go outside.
Yeah, he got the mail off the green cans that's on the street.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's what that is?
And when you don't have a vehicle, you follow the green cans.
So yeah, he worked there, I think for maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month. He didn't quit his other 2 jobs. And then he was like, Dad, I can't do this. I ain't messing with this. I said, listen, you do what you feel is best for you. And I put him on the phone with my man he was a supervisor at sanitation, and he was a supervisor at the main post office on 34th Street.
Yeah.
So, he was doing both. He was supervisor on both jobs. So he spoke to him and he told him, listen, I know what it is. He said, listen, you do what you think is best for you. And he quit. All right. But he's doing his computer thing and all that. So I'm proud of that boy.
That's where he need to be. He a young man. He don't need to be doing no hard labor. Coding and all that stuff.
Why not? I did it. We did it.
Man, that's 30 years ago. That shit is obsolete. Get your ass on the computer. This is your weapon. This is your construction now. It's right here. You could do programming, coding, and all that other crap on here and make six figures, high 6 figures. If you're anybody, I tell all my family that, get on the computer. Stop playing.
Right.
You're young, get on the computer.
That's where we at. That's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying?
Walk with an iPhone, you need to learn how to take that iPhone apart and know how it operates.
Okay. What about taking the Samsung phone apart? This here's a whole different beast right here.
Samsung is better because you got a way better camera.
Exactly.
That camera is sick, man.
So you see, I got the best of both worlds. Samsung Galaxy S24, iPhone 16 Plus. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I bought this iPhone, because my partner, salute to him. Crime Faces X. Go to his channel and subscribe. He's also on Instagram at Crime Faces X. Go check him out. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Yo, go get the MacBook Pro because it has all the editing software that you need. It's already installed." So I went out and got it. Right? What he didn't tell me was that the computer runs smoother with the iPhone.
Yeah.
Right? So the only reason why I got this iPhone is because I had an iPhone 12, which was my backup. You know what I'm saying? I took it off. I got it from my son. My son gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? And T-Mobile gave me a deal to upgrade it. They gave me the iPhone 16. Yo, I'm not even paying $30 for this phone. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I'm paying $25 for this phone. So
the 17 about to come out soon.
Nah, I'm good with the 16. The next upgrade I get is gonna be the Galaxy S26. That'll be the next phone I get. Right now, I'm good with these two. Know what I'm saying? Las Vegas Sports Talk. What up? What up? What up? What up, Gans? Did you send out a notification? No, I didn't send out a notification. I thought maybe y'all just got it. Dirk says MTA is hiring. Yeah, so any young dudes out there watching my channel, go for the MTA.
Hiring because everybody is about to retire right now.
Listen.
All the people that were born in the 70s is about to retire right now.
Listen. New York City sanitation. I was the class of 2021. Ain't too many of us left on the job. You know what I'm saying? My class came on in 2001. The 2000 class, the 2001 class, most of us is gone. The next class after that was 2004. A lot of them are putting in their papers and leaving. And now the 2005 class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's getting ready to be a big turnover. Sanitation, hopefully y'all took that test. They had it maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. I know my son and my daughter took the test. You know what I'm saying? My son scored a 95. Had he listened to me, he would have scored 100. But he scored a 95 on that test. So, but you can get up to 130 on that test. New York City resident. And then if you got military, you know what I'm saying? And then if you got a family member that was on the job, my son messed up because he didn't put down that he had a family member on the job.
Yeah.
So I call the union, try and hook it up. Hopefully they did something. You know what I'm saying? Boost his number up, but it is what it is. He's waiting on the fire department. And that's what I hope he go with, the fire department.
Yeah, because they retiring too.
Yeah.
It's going to be thousands of jobs open in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
State for city jobs. So people got an opportunity if they want to do it. You know, young people. But a lot of people don't want to do that labor though.
Yeah. That's where we in a new generation.
That's why I point to let's do the computer thing. Let's do the programming and coding. You'll make good money.
Yeah.
Just do that.
You know what I'm saying? We in a new generation. Listen, I ain't complaining about nothing. You know what I'm saying? New York City sanitation, I worked there 23 years. I ain't got nothing to complain about with that job. I love the job. The only thing I didn't like was working in the rain. And anybody that know me, if ain't sanitation workers on here right now, they'll tell you, yo, Gans didn't come to work in the rain. You know what I'm saying? And we had unlimited sick, and you best believe I used that shit.
Yo, hold on. Y'all had unlimited sick days?
Unlimited.
For sanitation workers?
Yes, New York City sanitation, unlimited sick.
So, but when you use the sick day, you got to go to the doctor or something?
Yeah, you had to go to the doctor. Well, they had different categories. If you was in category A, you can go sick, didn't need a doctor's note unless you was out for more than 5 days. Know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Other than that, you had to bring a doctor's note. Category B, you had to bring a doctor's note, and you couldn't. And category C, you had to bring a doctor's note, and you couldn't leave the house.
So category A, they had an FMLA.
Yeah, well, we all had FMLA. I use that too.
Oh, okay.
Know what I'm saying? But FMLA, if you didn't have hours, then they took your vacation.
See, that's way. All I got is 1 sick day a month and 3 weeks of wounded warrior time because I'm a veteran, so I got 3 weeks extra for the year. Every January 1st of wounded warrior time, which goes on top of the sick time, on top of my vacation, which is 5 weeks in a day. Well, I'll be happy when I get to where you at. I got a year and a half to go. And my time become my time.
Yeah, my bad. But yeah, unlimited sick, man. And I used that shit. Trust me, I used it. When I retired, I was out sick. And what it is, technically, you can't retire being out sick. But the way I lined up my retirement was I was on vacation. My last day of work, which was today, April 30th of last year.
Yeah.
I was on vacation. So I was able to retire. On May 1st, my vacation was over and I went back into the sick category. I was supposed to report to the clinic on that day. So they called me up. They said, Mr. Gans, you have an appointment at the clinic. How come you're not here? I said, I'm not coming. They said, what do you mean you're not coming? I said, you heard what I said. I'm not coming. They said, listen, I'm ordering you to the clinic right now. I said, you can order all you want. I'm not coming. I said, didn't you get the memo? I'm retired. He said, what? He said, hold on. He got on the other phone, made a phone call, came back. Mr. Gans, I'm sorry. Enjoy your retirement. And that's how I went out. May 1st last year.
So you can't cash it when you can't cash in your vacation time?
Vacation time. What they do? No, you have to use all your vacation time before you leave. Yeah, you have to use all your vacation time before you leave. You can cash in your hours, I think, but I didn't have a lot of hours because I used them shits.
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? I didn't have a lot of hours in the books.
When I get to my last year, I'm gonna cash in all that time.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was talking to a dude just the other day. He said, yo, I got over 1,000 hours. He was like, so whenever I'm ready to go out of the country, I just bounce. You know what I'm saying? I put in hours and I leave. I got over 1,000 hours. I didn't have that because soon as I got hours, soon as I got 40 hours, 1 week off, I used that whole shit.
See, with my job, you could carry 400 hours over into the next year of vacation.
Right. Your vacation time you couldn't carry into the next year. Only your hours, your comp hours. You know what I'm saying? You had to use up all your vacation time before the end of the year.
I'm gonna cash in 2 years of vacation time when I leave.
Word, Mr. D. Mr. D, he back.
Wait, what? He took a nap?
Probably. He said, yo, let's get to 100 subs. He said by the summer. Nah, let's get to 100 subs by the end of May. I mean, not 100, 1,000. Let's get to 1,000 subs by the end of May. So anybody that got their eyes on this, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? And guess what else? We monetize. Hit the super chat too. And I ain't begging.
You ain't getting no 1,000 because you don't put in no work.
Huh?
You're not gonna get to 1,000 because you don't put in no work.
All right, I'm gonna put in a little bit more work. Y'all gonna see, but it's gonna be motorcycle. Hopefully, y'all with it. You know what I'm saying? This is what we doing on the Gangster Lifestyle. We're gonna bring the motorcycle and the travel. We're gonna mesh the two a little bit. Let me.
So do you ever ride the motorcycles down to Colombia and Medellin? Let's do some bike riding down there and get some nice women and do some motorcycle riding outside the country.
Well, listen, I got something special. Any motorcycle riders that got their eyes on this, I got something special coming up for the Medellin trip. Know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna drop it right now. We're gonna do a live from Medellin. Mr. D already know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go live when I get out to Medellin from a certain spot over there. For all my motorcycle riders, y'all gonna enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? Let me give a shout out to the brother Everything's Regular. If you ride Harley Davidson, especially customized Harley Davidsons, go over there and check his channel out. Everything's Regular. Let me also give a shout out to Finesse the Challenger. He's an Indian motorcycle ambassador. You know what I'm saying? For my motorcycle riders, for my Indian Challenger lovers, y'all already know the 2025 Indian Challenger Elite just dropped last week. So go check out Finesse the Challenger's channel. He got the review on that bike. I'll be doing a review on that bike hopefully this week. We're going to do the 2025 Indian Challenger Elite versus the 2025 Harley Davidson CVO ST versus the new 2025 Honda Goldwing, whatever the top of the line bike is on the Honda Goldwing. I'm about to do my research on that bike, and that's gonna be the next video. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do that. And for all my motorcycle riders that got their eyes on the gangster lifestyle, that's how we moving out here. You know what I'm saying? So, and I tell my motorcycle riders that's in New York, Chicago, all them states where we can't ride in the wintertime. Listen, when we not on the Iron Horse, jump on the Iron Eagle. Go overseas and see what the motorcycle culture is going on over in whatever country you choose to go to. You know what I'm saying? Colombia, Brazil, Germany, whatever country you choose to go to, check out the motorcycle culture over in that country. You know what I'm saying? And for the dudes who's not riding, for y'all travelers who's not riding, check out them motorcycles, whatever it be.
Let me ask you a question, Gaines.
Yeah.
You been in a Harley Davidson shop?
Yes.
Okay, do they have any pictures of the two black brothers who built the iconic Harleys? Billy Hardy and Clifford Vaughns. They built the Easy Rider chopper.
They did an engine.
American chopper.
They did an engine. They did the best engine that Harley had.
Brothers. Them two black American brothers, they started that chopper shit.
Yeah.
Easy Rider. Remember the Easy Rider movie with I think Paul Newman was in it from the 1960s?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they built those two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
They started that chopper phenomenon. They should be in pictures when you come inside the Harley Davidson spot.
They should be. I know one of them did the best engine that Harley Davidson ever had was built by a brother. Know what I'm saying?
Because Benjamin Hardy, he lived from 1921, he died in 1994. He did the Captain American bike and the Billy Choppers for the 1960 movie with Peter Fonda rode in the movie Easy Rider.
Right. And shout out to my man Meatloaf. Me and him go.
Harley Davidson, because they created that chopper phenomenon. That chopper.
So this brother did this brother invent? He invented the design of what we call now the chopper. That he's the person that brought that design out.
69, yes.
Benjamin, and he was an employee. He was an employee of Harley Davidson at the time.
See, I don't know if he was an employee of it. No, he wasn't an employee of Harley Davidson. They came up with those bikes for the movie. It don't say nothing about them being employees.
So okay,
he was that built the best and fastest engine that Harley Davidson ever put in a motorcycle. There was a brother that built that engine.
Oh, it's not the same brother that did this chopper.
I don't know.
No, it's
I
not.
forgot what the engine is called, but you could do your research on and actually I did my research on it. I just forgot who it was, but that engine it was the fastest engine that Harley Davidson ever had. It was built by a brother. Mr. D, what happened? You was on the stage and you dropped off. Come back up.
Yeah, motorcycles don't have enough no margin, no room for error. So that's why I don't do the motorcycle.
Listen, I did my time on the R1, Yamaha R1. I wasn't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? Even though I scared myself to death one time, I pulled that throttle all the way back. When I looked at that dashboard, I was doing 180 miles per hour.
No, they did not work.
Some dudes might say, yo, you wasn't doing nothing. But that 180 miles per hour, yo, it's a blur. You don't even know you going that fast. And them lines, it looks like one straight line. Everything is a blur.
Yeah. I don't have to have that type of speed for excitement in my life. I'm good. I never want to travel on land. I never want to travel that fast on land. I don't have to. I can travel that fast in the air, but I never want to travel that fast on land. That's one thing I never do. You know, you got me there. I won't do that. I won't bungee jump. But 180, oh yeah.
Here come this guy.
180.
Guapo, when you come to the stage, make sure you bringing 5G's punk out money. and whatever you got.
I don't know that verbiage, good fella. You know you ain't fucking with this ninja.
Trust me, I got an R1. I got an R1 tucked in the garage, bro. I can get my hands on it if need be.
Salute to the panel, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Chat talking about now motorcycles.
Yeah, I was doing a little motorcycle talk.
Yeah, what was the conclusion of your man's? They, I had a lot to say, but I don't know. Something about somebody feedback was fucking up my mic.
It was his.
So he really fell in love with John. He wiped up.
Yeah, he been with a 9 years, going on 10.
9 years. That's 2016. But he met her in 99, he said.
Yeah.
He lived there since 1999 to 2016.
He was in New York. He was going back and forth.
I wanted to ask him, like, what you think she was doing when she ain't with you? That's what I wanted to ask him. I don't know.
He was gonna say, I don't care.
I wanted to ask him, like for real, like, because he brought up an interesting point. He said, they want the brothers with the blue passports. That's a clear sign. He was like, but niggas be having Bentleys and shit, the narcos, the old deported niggas, the narcos will be having the Bentleys and the Porsches. And it's like, you saying she don't like them? She loved them. Those are her people, bro. She just gonna get something out of you. Only thing she can get out of them is money and luxury. But out of you, she can get opportunity. That's what I was trying to get to. I asked him a question, but I think he only heard half of it. And it was to that effect. And I think, but salute to him. Salute to him, no. Nothing against Triple B, man. Facto. Whatever. I just can't anymore. I don't know how anymore. Shit was crazy. But the nigga Mike was fucking up my mic. I don't know.
Got lucky, man. He hit the lotto, brother. He got lucky. He caught a good.
Yeah, you know, it can happen. It can happen. Somebody I know is my man's man. He hit the lotto too, fucking around. Dead ass. But he be there and he speaks fluent Spanish and he be there like 9-10 months out the year. They got a big ass crib on the hill. Facto.
I wouldn't call it hitting the lotto swells if they speaking a language and then they stand there full time. Because all of us, if we can get that American dollar and be there full time. Well, shit, they'll be like that lottery rigged because all of us will hit the lotto. Because all it takes for us to be there 1 or 2 years, stand there like full time. We all gonna have a language, and then we all gonna have that blue book and that American dollar. We have 2, 3 wives over there. Hit
You
all
know
kind of lotto.
you know him, Yoga. Don't say his name though. Remember that time you kicked Mesu out the crib? He was with Free. That guy. Don't say his name though. Yeah, he good money.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
got. They was on their second child or something. She was pregnant then.
Yeah, he good
When
money.
they
They
was
got a
when they was over at my house at Infinity Blue that summer when I stayed down there. Yeah, he got a couple of houses, Airbnb, and
Yeah. He
shit.
be there all year.
Yeah, he be there all year. They was on like kid 3, I think, or kid 2. But that's when I was talking with him, and that's what he said. He speaking a language. He there full time, so it's a different thing. And then if the women know you gonna be there full time, shit, the competition really get hit.
Yeah.
They really be on their best behavior. You gonna be there full time.
Yeah. So that's a
it's a status symbol. See, when they're able to go around their family on the other side of the country, holidays, y'all baby vacation and do certain things, and y'all stand a certain way. Yeah, it's a status symbol too. So if you stay there, the chances are the relationship being successful and raising your kids to the 18 is stronger because you're a status symbol for her all the way through. Even when y'all get it, when she get in her 30s, 10 years from then, it's still, hey, I got my husband. He from such and such. He speak dual languages. Same way.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nah, yeah, I'm just saying, like, so that person who name we, shall remain nameless, but we both know him and we fuck with him. He good money. He did it the right way. Like, he did it the right way. And I would say that he should be the epitome of this conversation, but he don't fuck with YouTube. That's why we're not saying his name. But we know him,
So
though.
you saying Flip Flop didn't do it the right way? Taylor Made Dreams didn't do it the right way?
Hell no.
Well, Flip Flop lived there, so he doing his thing. Taylor Made Dream.
I mean, as far as relationship, like Flip Flop got what 3/4 Dominican baby mama.
I don't know. I'm talking about our man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not talking about nothing. I'm not talking about nobody else.
Just because you stay there and speak the language, that don't mean you're gonna have a good woman or whatever. It's not, So
no, I was just doing some calculation, from 1999 to 2016. It's crazy to me.
That's 17 years.
That's crazy. But that's why I was trying to ask him, but my shit was my static shit was happening. Yeah. So Gaines, that's your man. Salute to Triple B though for telling his story.
Yeah. Do they have kids? Triple B, they got kids?
Yeah.
Okay, well he got a family all the way in. He's good to go.
Yeah.
Oh no, son. Couldn't be me.
Well,
still out in Thailand, somewhere else now.
You said what?
I said it's tailor-made. He's still out in Thailand or he's somewhere else?
I'm not sure. I think he's back in DR because he got a daughter in DR.
Oh, okay.
Salute to Tellermade. I met Tellermade once. He was cool, but I don't know.
Yeah, you saw that what's going on with Finger? Ron Lewis, you saw what's going on with Finger down there in Sasua?
Yeah. I seen that shit like 3 weeks ago, a month ago. I ain't say nothing though. Yeah.
Oh, he been locked up for a month?
I don't know. I can't call it. I wish him well. Free that man. I don't know.
We got to get them out as Black Americans.
He might be in Haiti now. He might be in Haiti.
Black Americans.
Yo, like I said, whenever a dude says my brother, he trying to dig in your pocket.
Look, I'll tell you a story real quick, good
Yeah, tell
fellas.
the story.
I ain't gonna hold y'all niggas, son. And I don't wish jail on nobody. Free that man. But I don't like finger. I never did. And I'll tell you why. Me and my man was walking down the beach one day. Long time ago. This was during COVID. This was like a long time ago. And my man like, yo, let's stop at finger. I'm like, all right, he like, you hungry? I'm like, nah, I already ate. Cause you know, when you certain hotels you get the free breakfast and shit. So I already ate. I'm good. But it's a Haitian restaurant, it's finger, you know. They got me some I ordered a water and a prestige Haitian beer, right? First of all, the shit was like $8. Now, that's fine because I understand that they importing it from Haiti and it's kind of illegal in the from my understanding. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'll pay that. So I'm gonna just have one no. And this water definitely gotta be free as fucking water. And my man ordered a salad. A salad. One salad. You know how much a salad costs?
Did he have any shrimp or chicken on the salad?
A salad, nothing else. A salad. How much you think the salad cost?
I already know. I heard the story.
She was like $30. I said, what? I said, I can't fuck with this nigga. Hell no. And I ain't like him ever since.
There you go. There you have it right there. Ron Lewis, this is what Finger did to me down at Sasua on the beach. All right. I take me and my lady there. We get red snapper. He brings the bill. We got red snapper, salad, rice, and a coconut water. And she had a coconut water. This guy bring me a bill for like $115 US. I say, hey, Finger. Hey, stop fucking playing with me, man. This the prices in Miami. That you don't ain't nothing down here at none of these restaurants. A piece of fish is gonna be $100.
That's crazy.
What are you talking about? I told him stop playing. He wrote the bill down on a little paper thing. I said, go write another one. And we got into it or whatever because on the same day I catch Finger. Guess what I catch Finger doing, y'all? And we had to go in the back of the restaurant and he was on the dumb shit. Finger, down there, we get him $50 to 50 USD for the yoga. Finger bring back the yoga and say, yeah, it's the 3.5. We say, okay. We just waited though, went back to the villa and put it on the eyes. It ain't a 3.5, it's a 2. And we've been shopping with them all week. Shit, all 2 weeks. Go back down there, to the restaurant. Hey, Finger, this ain't a 3.5 like you said. This a 2. No, you know how you talk. He didn't know it.
No incrimination, man, because apparently this is what he locked up for now.
Hold on. So my people bring out the digit. Bring out the digit scale. You know, the digi. Got the digit, and he said, well, no. Look at it. I already got them already ready. They right. No, y'all playing with me. I said, pick up anyone then. Let's go. Let's check them then. Everyone, he pulled 3, and all 3 of them was short, like way short, like how he was playing. And I said, so that means you owe me probably about $300 then. So you done got me for about $300. Now I got a digit, the scale, and now we see what's going on. So I'm just putting it out there. Yeah, allegedly. So if you've been working and you've been showing people and overcharging people on everything at the restaurant, from the food to the stuff at the back door, and you've been over shortchanging, overcharging people, then you did that to the wrong person, and then they went real quick, and then next thing you know, you can't steal from people.
My problem, and you know, other than the salad, other than the salad,
It's stealing.
Sean, my
Either
man.
way, it's stealing. Either way, it's stealing. It's stealing both ways. It's
Look, but
stealing.
it's not even about that. You know when you travel, the locals gonna hustle, and that's fine. You may lose some, you may win some. But one thing I don't like about the niggas, he always saying Black Americans, Black
Yeah,
Americans.
to talk it
And then
up. To
you
talk
charge
it
a
up.
nigga $30 for a salad.
Yeah, hold on.
Said,
I told him
once
the same
again,
thing to his face. I told him to
once
his face.
again,
I said, hey, I say, Finger, you cheat me, you steal it from me, but then you go on YouTube and bad Black America, so you can steal from
Yeah, I
us.
don't like
So
that. I
the
don't
reason
like
you said so you can steal from us. You ain't saying Haitian American. I told him, I say, look at all them Haitians in New York and Miami. They don't give a fuck about y'all over there. And y'all don't say nothing. Y'all never call them out. Look at all them Haitians in New York, all them Haitians in Miami. And none of them Haitians in DR never called them out. Why them Haitians in New York and DR and Miami ain't helping nobody in DR? Start
once
calling
again,
their ass out. Get on YouTube and start calling their ass out. Go ahead,
No,
gang.
wish them well.
once
I
again,
wish them well.
whenever they say my brother, my brother, my brother, they trying to dig in your pocket. Salute to
What he
Mr.
really saying is, can I borrow $5?
Super chat. He said, finger charge him $30 for rabbit food.
Nah, not me. It was my man. I just had a prestige and I was smoking a cigarette, good fella. I said, this is crazy. And that was like my first time there. That's the crazy part. First impression, last impression. I
Yo,
said, nah.
I never been there. I never
It
been there.
wasn't a lot of people. Go ahead.
I shout out to my man Ty if he watching. I sent the text to my man Ty. I said, "Yo, ain't this your man?" He was like, "Nah, he ain't. I know him, but he ain't my man."
Nah.
Yeah.
He moving shaky.
Finger never had repeat customers. Y'all didn't notice that because he did that to all the brothers when they first time coming. All the brothers say, "Oh man, we saw you on YouTube." They'll come get a plate. Then they get the bill and be like, "Why my bill is more than in America? God damn, I don't pay this in America. Why am I paying $70? I had a beer and an entree. Why is it $75 US?" And see, and then everybody would have the same story. And they'd be like, "Nah, man, he said that brother, Black America. I went and ate with him. He charged me 4 times what the price. Nowhere in DR cost that much except his spot." And y'all didn't notice. He never did have a repeat customer. Folks come that one time and be like, "Oh, what the fuck wrong with him?" And then he write the bill out any type of way he want to write it down. Then he told me, "Well, we go by the pound." I was like, "So the rice and the salad is by the pound? What type of shit? What?" And then it wasn't even that heavy. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Hold on. This part 2 of the story. So the second day, my man went back. So this time I ordered the Presidente, you know, the regular $3 and shit. So I'm drinking the Presidente. My man, he ordered some shit. The food come out, like I'm just chilling. Again, I already had free breakfast at a Casa Valeria. I had free breakfast. It come with breakfast. So I'm just like, my man, like, yo, bro, this don't look nothing like what's on the menu. Like, where's the sauce? Where's this? And he started getting mad and shit. So I'm just laughing. I'm like, I will never eat here. Ever. Salute to Casa Valeria for the free breakfast.
Yo,
And then I just didn't like the nigga ultimately. But I hope he, free that man though. Definitely free him.
I never knew who he was until I got into this space and I started seeing his videos popping up on YouTube. I used to see him in Saussure, but he was always with them cats from Brownsville. Well, I just thought he was a Jamaican nigga from Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was Haitian. He was a Jamaican dude.
If he was from Brownsville, I would have known him.
Let me put y'all on something with Finger. If y'all notice on his YouTube channel, he started doing that Marcus Garvey stuff with that white boy over in Cabarete. Y'all saw them videos this last year stuff. He been going live with a white guy and over in Cabarete, and they was talking about all political issues and this and that, and the Haitians are being did wrong in DR and all of that. And I clicked on the link one day and said, "Hey," I said, finger. I said, you on here with this Caucasian, he from like Canada or something. I said, let's be real, finger. You talking all this stuff about Trump, talking all this, bro. You right next door from home. You can immediately you working in DR, you work on Sasua Beach. You can do things to support directly Haiti next door. I was like, man, you can have in your restaurant a fund for kids over in Haiti for cats to donate to and whatever, and then and the funds get over there to Haiti. I was like, you got the prime opportunity, and you sitting around talking like you a victim, and you all the other Haitians looking at you probably like, what the fuck wrong with him? He over there getting the US dollars and Sasua, and you ain't making no moves.
Yoga. Let me ask you a serious question, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why the fuck would you do any of that when you could charge Black Americans $30 for a salad?
I know, right?
I wouldn't do none of that shit if I could charge y'all dumb niggas $30 for a fucking salad. I'm just saying.
I click back on. I gotta get out of there for a second. I'm gonna click back on in just a little bit.
Yeah, we getting ready to shut it down, Yoga. But V Swells, let the people know what's going on Cartagena Memorial Day weekend.
Cartagena, man, Memorial Day weekend. It's a good fellow weekend. It's gonna be Globetrotter TTC B-Day, J Money B-Day, my nigga Bandana, Poppy Bandana B-Day. So we gonna be out there. We gonna arrive early, but you know, that Friday, that Saturday is gonna be fire. Anybody welcome to pull up. We inviting all tough guys, especially. We're gonna have the 101 shirts on. Real good fella type shit. You know how we do. I'm gonna be smoking cigarettes, blowing the smoke in everybody's face and all that. We're gonna be drinking, music bumping, hookahs, drinks, food is up. Yeah, man. Good fella. Cartagena, Memorial Day weekend. We're gonna be out there. That's a fact though. Anybody welcome, man. Man, come with peace, or you're gonna leave in pieces. And it's simple as that, man. Gans, you pulling up, son?
I'm gonna try to pull up. You know I'm gonna be in the country. Salute to the good fellas. You know what I'm saying? The gangster
Yeah, we're gonna
lifestyle.
be there.
We're gonna be in Medellin. You know what I'm saying? The week before, the week leading up to Memorial Day. And we're gonna try to pull up over in Cartagena. You know what I'm saying? A few of us.
Pull up.
Yo, pull up. Whether it's
Nah,
Medellin.
pull up. No, Gans, you pull up. Pull up. Come fuck with us real quick, son.
I'm gonna try to make it over there. But whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Pull up to Cartagena, give a salute to the good fellas. Pull up to Medellin, give a salute to the Gangster Lifestyle team. You know what I'm saying? We out there, Colombia, Memorial Day. You know what I'm saying? Making it do what it do.
That's a fact, though.
Word up. But yo, we getting ready to shut it down. You know what I'm saying? I think this was a good live. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that put their eyes on it, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. We need 75 more to make it to 1,000. So hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying?
Copy. I'm gonna send you a link, son. I seen some wild shit today about YouTube and how that shit work.
Yeah.
I only knew like the first 7 minutes, but the shit was 28 minutes. I learned mad shit. I'm gonna send that to you right after this.
Yeah,
but salute. All right, I'm gonna spend your salute to the good fella at the top right too. Back up.
We got a policy on some YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm gonna send that to you. All right, good fellas, holla at me.
Thanks to V Swells for pulling up.
Facto.
You know what I'm saying? Thanks to my man Triple B for popping up, telling his story. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to Khalil Backyard Life. He kept it calm today. You know what I'm saying? Him and Yoga didn't get into it, but that's all good. I want to thank y'all for that. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for everybody, my partner, Mr. D, everybody that pulled up on the panel, Strictly Travel. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to everybody that popped up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to everybody that hit the like button and everybody that will put their eyes on this. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, hit the super chat. You know what I'm saying? We ain't e-begging, but you know what I'm saying? we got bills to pay over here. So hit the super chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm Big Gans. It's the Gangster Lifestyle. I want to thank everybody. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it from the heart. We out.